Looks like we got two people on. What's up, Judge Whip? How you doing, bud? Bat 13. Hello, sir. How are y'all doing this evening? This is a test run for my Sony ZV-1 to see how long I can run on this thing on a dummy battery before it gets too hot. Periodically, I will get up, check the temperature on this camera, and make sure it ain't getting too hot. I need to Google it and see what the threshold is. Back to work, new school year, yes sir. So it normally operates at 104 degrees. It left us, man. Some rain over here in Texas. Y'all want to come down here and get you some of these 104-day degrees like we've been having? You're more than welcome. Well, they don't give me a set temp. It says operating temp's 104 degrees. We do have which I don't know if you can hear it in the mic or not. There is a lot of wind out this evening, which is fine with me. I may not have my camera perfectly level, judging by the way my smoker's leaning back there. It is what it is. Yes, sir. I sure did build that pit. I built it in 2021. Or no, I built it early 2022. I'm sorry. You can go back to some of my cell phone videos, and I've got some videos up of when I was building it. Shot a few little things on it, a few little videos. Yep, I built that sucker. I've actually got my Sony ZV-1 set up as a webcam with about a 20-foot HDMI cord and a dummy battery. If there's anything on that smoker y'all would like to look at up close, I can drag it around over there and give you an up close of anything you got a question about. Forewarn you, some of the welds are ugly. But I welded that thing up in a deadgum cold front with 30-mile-an-hour winds with a flux core MIG welder. Randy, what are you doing, Randy? Let me get y'all a link just in case anybody wants to jump on. Yep, Simon. Simon's in here. Didn't shout him out, but I seen him. Yep. All right, give me just a second. I gotta fix that. I'm OCD. That's way better. Now my smoker looks level, like it is in real life. How long have I been doing barbecue and smoking? So I've been doing it since I was probably about 13, but I didn't have the wealth of knowledge. I was just trial and error. I put it to you today. I started taking barbecue serious around 2011. About 2011, I started taking barbecue serious. That's when I got good at doing it. But I've been doing it since about 2004, 2005. Just messing around with it. Being young when I was in high school. And really wasn't so much as barbecue back then. It was more grilling. I really didn't start taking barbecue serious till Aaron Franklin really come on the scene. Was getting popular. He put his books out and all that stuff, and got us all going in the right direction, to say the least. Lance, what's up, Lance? I guess Russ is done with his, huh? Well, how was everybody's work week? Mine was long, for damn sure, and hot. Oh shit, my Wi-Fi is lagging. Yeah. So I mean, back when I was young, I didn't know about the Steve Rachland books. I really hadn't gotten serious with it. Barbecued some chicken. Uh, just did quick, easy stuff, and I experimented with briskets on and off, and I screwed up quite a bit of briskets on and off, but got better at it. I probably screwed up probably 5 briskets, and then made probably about 5 or 6 briskets that were edible before I finally made a decent brisket, and then got better at it from there. So let's be honest, guys. Barbecue's judging how good you can do briskets, ribs, pork butt, things of that nature. At least it is to me. Oh, Nightbot's working. Ain't messed with Nightbot forever. Yep, ain't messed with Nightbot forever. My Sony camera was up to 110 degrees, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. There may come a point where this camera gets too hot, and I might have to switch back to my webcam. So just go ahead and apologize for that in advance, guys. Is my screen flashing kind of dark and light to you guys? Maybe this capture card's a piece of shit. Yeah, I got a dummy battery in it right now. Got a dummy battery in it, connected to the HDMI, connected to my computer on a capture card. Two horses. I had three, but my old mare, she died last year, right before Thanksgiving. She was 20. So now I'm down to two. A gelding and a mare. 13-year-old gelding and a 7-year-old mare. Yeah, doing a trial run with it, but the only thing I heard about these Sonys is they like to get too hot, so I gotta kind of keep an eye on it, not to burn my camera up. So if I burn this camera up, and there goes the YouTube videos. I ain't buying another one for a while. I don't know if this wind's screwing up the audio, but I ain't mad about it if it is, because this wind feels good. What is up with my damn Wi-Fi today? Verizon's got me scaled back or something. What's up, Ted? How you doing? What feast are you cooking up this weekend? You're always cooking a feast up, man. I know you are. Quint, what's up, Quint? How are you doing this evening? The reason I'm running my Sony as a webcam, I got kind of like something like a catering gig coming up in November for a Thanksgiving party for some friends, and I'm probably gonna cook about 4 briskets and probably 6 or 7 racks of ribs on my smoker and load it out. And I'm thinking about shooting a live video on how I do all that stuff in live time, but this camera can't hold up for this live stream, then it'll just be a regular video, and I'll just edit it. But I would really like to do a live video on smoking a brisket and just take everybody through it in live time. By then, it won't be too damn hot here in Texas, I wouldn't think. Right now, I think it's about 97, 96 degrees, cooling off fast because we got some wind finally. But when I first set up my camera out here, was doing some test shots and stuff, it was about 100 degrees. But yep, I want to do a live cook. Just say I did one. I did score some good stuff at HEB earlier. I was at HEB. I scored a whole pork belly finally. I ain't seen them there in a while. And then I scored a humongous prime grade beef shank, Thor's hammer, but not Frenched as bad as the ones that you get from Porter Road. It's still got a lot of the shin meat on it. I think the thing was like 6 pounds. Pretty big. Yep. Hey, man, I love a damn high tuna steak, man. Marinate them in some Worcester sauce and season them up with some steak seasoning. Grill them medium rare. Just like eating a steak, man, if not better. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Ted. I don't know if y'all got it in your area, but there's this blackened fish seasoning called Magic Mike's fish seasoning. That stuff is freaking good. Or Magic Chef's, called Magic Chef's fish seasoning. They used to carry it up here, but they don't carry it no more. Yeah, it's going to be brutal next week. I think our hottest day is like 105, 160 degrees actual temp. Ooh, what's up, George? How you doing? 62? Damn. I wish it was 62 here this weekend. I'd be sitting out here shooting a video. Marinated Italian dressing. Everything tastes good marinated Italian dressing. I like doing my chicken breast marinated in Italian dressing. Damn. Who you cook? You cooking for an army there, George? You videoing it? Or you just doing it? What's up, Al? How you doing this evening, bud? I've been thinking about how I want to do it. And I'm not the biggest fan of pastrami. I like it, but I like to eat a little bit of it, not a whole lot. So I don't know if I'm going to go the pastrami route. I think what I'm going to do with it is smoke it till it's almost done, and then wrap it up as some tin foil, add some tallow with it, and put some new potatoes, them whole yellow gold new potatoes down in the bottom of it, and pour a little bit more tallow on it, and rest it overnight, and get it out the next day, and have beef fat potatoes and pulled beef shank. Maybe make some sandwiches or something with it. I'm still pondering on that. Heck yeah. Comments are flying. George. What's up, Russ? Yeah, if it was 62 here, I'd shoot videos all freaking long. Oh, definitely. Yeah. The upside about having it hot as it is right now is, yeah, the cooks go quicker and you don't burn up nowhere near the wood. It's like running an insulated firebox. Normally my setup is about 4 sticks of wood. The last few times I've got out here and I braved it in the heat when it was 103, 104. I ain't been having to burn but 2 or 3 at a time to keep around the 275, 250 range. So it definitely helps a lot of things out. Dang, that's good. Ooh, Lance is on 2 accounts. Catching up in the comments. Comments are flying. Oh, let me add Russ to the stream. Bam. What's up, Russ?
Oh no, yeah, Lance. Yeah, Quint, you were my very first member. I just started that up yesterday, and so thank you for that. Very first.
YouTube keeps trying to push me on that membership stuff, but I don't feel like I got enough good enough content to make people pay for insider stuff. Yeah,
I've been dodging that bullet for over 2 years, or however long they've been around. I look at it and I'm like, it's too much like Patreon. And then,
yeah,
and then finally, I'm like, okay, let me go through. You got to go through all these steps, like you got to do this, do this, do this. I had to make my own emojis, and stuff like that. I did all that yesterday. I figured an easy way to do that. And then I'm like,
hmm
perks. Okay, I've got plenty of extra footage that nobody ever sees with the stuff that didn't go right, the funny crap, just whatever. I'll do that. Plus, I'll do one live every week for members only. So I've already got enough members just from the live I did earlier to where there'll be 5 of us in there next Friday. If
yeah,
everybody's able to join in.
that's cool. Old Doug Tucker there, yeah. In the summertime in Texas, you ain't gonna use much wood right now. You'll use twice as much in the wintertime, though.
Yeah, he was my first Troy, first member. That is.
That's cool.
I
How
see.
much is a membership cost?
I've got mine set at $9.99, which is a little high compared to a lot of them, but
Yeah,
not really. I meant because I'm gonna have to edit my video, then re-pull all my footage back in there and look for the funny stuff. So it's
yeah. Put
it's
some
more.
B-roll in it and all that stuff too.
Yeah, all that stuff, and which live feeds, I don't really want to charge for that. I have fun doing them, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
it's there. Somebody wants to support. It's a way of people can support the channel, But
yeah.
the reason I picked $9.99 on there, it says most popular. I think it starts at $2.99 and you can go as high or low as you want. And I just said $9.99, and leave it at that. See what happens.
No, I mean that's fair. You're a bigger channel. You ought to be charging premium.
But I seen Lance come in here with like 3 different identities. What's up with that? Sleepers,
Huh?
pot pies, stitch art embroidery, Lance Buell. Is that him switching accounts? Sleeper barbecue.
He can get hacked, huh? Or
Oh,
somebody copycatting him.
that Lance dude is all over the place, man.
I've seen some of his pot pie videos. They look pretty good. That gumbo pot pie was pretty neat.
Yeah, I could almost visualize that. That's got to be good.
Yeah. No, I hadn't cleaned the pit up. It's just I did a cook last weekend, and it was a chicken cook, so I had it hot. So I don't really put no special oil on my pit. I save all my frying oil from in the house, whether it be bacon grease or whatever I fried French fries in. I just pour it on the outside when the pit's real hot, and it polymerizes to it, keeps it shiny for a while, keeps it from rusting. That's why my firebox looks black. Before I start a fire in it, I've dumped some oil on it. And then after I'm done burning the fire and it starts to burns down to a decent coal bed and it's not real wild flames in there, I'll pour some more oil on it and it'll kind of stick to it, smoke off. Whether it be vegetable oil, peanut oil, bacon grease, or whatever. That's why it looks shiny.
Lance just said he was just trying to annoy me, so I'd have to say hello to all. He knows me better than that. Mm-hmm. I'll say, hey, everybody.
Yeah, I'm testing out my Sony to see how long I can live stream on it before it gets too hot.
Mine, unless I flip that button inside of the menu, I can only go 30 minutes. Then it shows it overheating, which it ain't really. I think it's set to do that. But if there's a setting in there, you can change it and you can run it all night long.
Yeah, I got mine on high, but in my researches, I heard even with that dummy battery, you got to be careful. It can still burn it up.
Oh, you're using a dummy battery? Well, that helps.
Yeah, because I bought all the stuff for it, and I did test runs last weekend. Got screwed around with it. A battery won't last but about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I tried a battery with like a cell phone charge pack, and that was really getting it too hot. even though it was still running at the 2.1 amps.
Yeah.
So the dummy battery did the best in the house. I didn't know how it was going to do out here with temps being higher. Last time I shot it with my temp gun, it was 110 degrees. Normal operating temp's supposed to be 104 to 105. So
Yeah, that outside heat's playing something in that too.
Got a good breeze going out here right now, but I've been looking into other options. They started making these little fans you can clip on the back of them Sony cameras that clips into where your screen goes when you fold your screen out. I might get one of them, see if it helps.
Air cooled. Heck yeah.
Been doing a lot of research here lately because, like I was saying earlier, I got about 4 briskets and probably about either 5 to 8 racks of ribs I got to cook for a Thanksgiving party later on in the year. By that time, it ought to be cool. I want to do a dead live cook on all that crap in real time.
There you go. Well, heck
like
yeah.
By the time it comes. But I want to see how long this camera holds up. I need to flip the screen around where I can see it.
What kind of Sony is that? What kind
of Sony? It's a ZV-1.
Okay, I got the ZV-10, and then I got 2 other models, the A series. I've got what is that? It's
600?
6200. And then I got or 6100. Then I have a 66, an A6600. That's my face cam. That's the best one I got.
Yeah. No, I didn't really. So when I got into shooting YouTube videos, man, I wanted a Canon M50 to start with. And I went to Best Buy to get a Canon M50, and they would have had to have ordered it for me. And this lady suggested the ZV-1 and all that, went through all the features, but she left one thing out, and I didn't pay attention to it until after I got it home, is it don't have a changeable lens on it. You're stuck with the lens there.
You're right.
I didn't know that. But I was so anxious to shoot a video, I said, to hell with it, man. I don't need another lens. But
yeah,
I went ahead and I got that clip-on upgrade where I can have a wider shot lens. I've actually got it on right now where I can get 60 millimeter.
The ZV-10, which is the upgrade from the ZV-1, you can change out lenses on that. Matter of fact, I've got a full frame lens on my ZV-10. It's got a lens that would fit a Sony full frame camera, a really good lens, and that's what I got on there.
Yeah, I kicked myself in the ass for not being patient and going back and bringing this camera back and getting one with a changeable lens on it. But I was just so anxious to shoot a deadgum video and get started.
Yeah.
But it shoots 4K video. It's a compact camera. Does a good fucking job. I just started actually shooting in 4K a few videos ago. I didn't think this camera could do it.
Yeah.
And I went and watched some videos on some settings, and I figured out how to set it. And now I'm shooting at 4K.
That's what prevented me from going 4K so long. I didn't think my computer could handle it and this, that, and the other. Shoot, man.
Me too.
It ain't no different than 1080p. I mean, it's just as easy. I'm like, okay, well, heck.
So I was supposed to have you're supposed to have, I was told recommended for editing 4K videos is supposed to be 32 gigabytes of RAM. Well, this computer is only 20 gigabytes of RAM, so I never tried it. Yeah, it takes, with the software I use, it does take a while for the video to produce. It takes like an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes longer than what the original time on the 1080p, but it still handles it. It just takes a little longer to upload.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got this new MacBook, and my program renders as you're editing. So when I finally hit, like, I'm good with it, everything's good, and I get ready to send it to my desktop, on average, it takes roughly 3 minutes to get it from the editor to the laptop. And now that I got this fiber optics, when I go to upload, I swear to God, I can upload a video in 2 minutes. I can take a video that's 2 gigabytes and I can have it on YouTube in 2 minutes, but their processing still has to run, and I have no control over their processing. But getting it to them, I mean, it is fast. I'm like, holy crap, where's this been all my life, you know?
Yeah, so it takes about an hour, which these are long videos, so they're about anywhere from 6 to 8 gigabytes. It takes about an hour and 30 minutes. When I upload them to YouTube, sometimes it takes 2 hours, sometimes it takes 6 hours. It just depends on my wireless Wi-Fi,
Holy
how it
crap.
wants to act that day.
How big are your files, your videos? What'd you say? 6 gigs?
Like 6 to 8 gigabytes.
Wow. My average, which that has everything to do with your output on your editor, how you're outputting it, what format you're using, all that. But I could do a 20-minute video and it's going to run about 2.2 gigs, somewhere a little over 2 gigs. If I do a 12-minute video, it's going to be like 1.6 gigs, something like that. Way
See, I
smaller
think it's
file size.
I think it's got to do with the RAMs in this computer. I think I need more RAM to download it faster because I use that NVIDIA GeoForce RTX.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's a big file for a video. Which once it's on YouTube, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? As long as somebody's got good internet, they should be able to plug along no problem.
Yeah, I say my wireless internet's not. Some days it's good. Like last week, it wouldn't work at all. It took me freaking 30 minutes to upload a freaking short.
Dang. I remember them days, man. I remember being on dial up way before YouTube, but trying to do stuff with dial up is God, it's so
Longhorn's done
aggravating.
it all this year, Troy. Yeah, no. I don't have fiber optics or none of that here. I live out in the sticks, so the only thing that works are freaking Verizon jetpacks.
Holy crap. Y'all got some big files, which I don't save all of my content. All I save is my finished product, my finished deal, and I'll put that in a hard drive. But I've got a hard drive over here that's bad. It's corrupted, and it's got every video that I've ever done up to about a year and a half ago when it went out. But I was able to re-download all of my videos from YouTube that were in the original size. That's the only problem when you do that. It don't tell you which video you're downloading. It downloads them in zip files. If you want the full quality, so you got to sit there and just start downloading all these zip files. And I would do like 10 at a time. I'd unzip them, I'd put them in folder. I'd do another 10, another 10, another 10, till finally I got only got a few days to do it. If you don't do that in a few days, you got to bookmark the page that they send you, Google sends you. And once you start downloading, you better just keep going until you got all your content back on your computer. And that way you can put it over in a hard drive. And I got it actually on 2 hard drives. One I got, and I brought Derek one. Now he's not up to date like I am. I put my latest videos and I just keep going. Once I fill that one up, I'll get another one. And I'm not using big hard drives anymore. I'm just putting them on an SSD drive.
Yeah, that's what
And that was all that one's almost full. Once that one gets full, then I'll pick up another SSD drive and start on that one.
Yeah, when I free up space on here, I've got that memory cards. I've been putting them all on them memory cards, videos
Yeah.
that I already got edited, and then I just delete all the clips. But
Right.
3 TB hard drive with all your stuff, damn, Joe, that's a lot of space.
That is. He must be saving all of his footage. Jeff Rice does that. Jeff Rice had, what do you call that, toaster? Or what do they call it, where you got a whole stack of drives? He's got tons of drives, and he saves every piece of footage he's ever shot. Where all I do is I save the edited video. I don't need all that other stuff. I do now that I got the membership thing, because that's what I'm showing is bloopers and behind the scenes and stuff people normally don't get to see. So that's what I'll be doing with that.
I'll delete the clips and save the edited video. When I get and start running out of space on my laptop, I just load it to a SSD card and put it up in my drawer.
Right.
But then again, you can just go and download it back from YouTube too, though.
You can download a 720 version right off the video itself. If you go into where your studio where it says content, you can download that one video, but it's only in 720 high def instead of 1080 or 4K. But doing it the other way, and it's kind of a trick to get there to where you can do it. And I had to Google it to figure out how to do it. But like I said, once you do it, you don't know what you're downloading, so you got to download all of them. They download one zip file can hold maybe 3 or 4 videos, but you don't know what's in there till you open it. So zip 1, zip 2, zip 3, you just keep going until you get them all on your computer.
Yeah. Joe says he keeps all his stuff. When Joe makes it big time, somebody else gonna edit it for him.
Yeah, I've edited from SSD drives too. I used to do videos for Frogbone years ago, and I'd use a regular hard drive then. I'd put all his elements in that hard drive, and I'd edit from that drive. That way, it never got on my computer ever. It went from there into Final Cut Pro. Once I'm satisfied, I'll do the video, save it, then I can get rid of all that.
Yeah, I got access to memory cards and they don't cost me nothing. So that's what I have Degum 256 gigabyte memory cards, and I'll just
Yeah, heck yeah.
take them off that, put them on that, put them in my drawer.
Yep. Any kind of storage device will work. I had to get my wife to buy me one of these the other day. It's up here somewhere. Oh, a thumb drive. I had to get her to give me a thumb drive because I don't even know if I need it yet. I've got to plug this freeze dryer up and turn it on and see what the latest firmware is, because they sent me an email saying that units that were sent out from April to this month might not be up to date, and it says turn it on, look in that corner, touch it, and see what your latest version is. And if it's not this version, then you got to put it on thumb drive. And there's a place on this unit you plug the thumb drive in, and it automatically installs it from what they sent me. And I'll be doing that probably over the weekend if I need to. I might not have to do nothing.
I didn't think about it, but we're not echoing, are we?
Well, I got these headphones on. I don't hear no echo.
Because I got a microphone on my camera, and then you're playing back through here.
I hear wind. That's all I hear.
Yeah, it is windy out here.
I hear a little bit of wind hitting your mic.
But if you don't hear it echoing, it's all good. That means it's sneaked up pretty good.
Yeah, I don't
I'm using that shotgun mic on my camera for the microphone.
I don't hear any echo. I'm still here. I just got to get this dip out of my mouth. I don't want to do that publicly.
Won't bother me none.
Oh man,
you'll see a small amount of my stuff. Randy, for comedial purposes, you need to drop that shit on Uncle Dickie's live. Make a devgum freaking video clip of it, of all these bloopers, man. I bet that'd be some good shit.
For real.
Yeah, it's waiting here this evening, but I ain't bitching about the wind because it feels good.
You got that right.
When I got home from work at 4 o'clock today, it was 104 degrees here.
That's actual temperature?
Actual temp.
Oh my God, ain't no telling what your heat index is.
Right here in the barn, in the shade, 104 degrees. I wasn't in the sun.
It's only going to be a couple of months from now, and we're going to like, whoa, boy, it's cold. Let me get inside.
It's an El Nino year, hot as heck summers and cold as heck winters.
Yeah. I was watching a video earlier today, and these people were walking out in their field, and they had these things they call golden rods or something like that. It's a plant. And they said they'd never seen them bloom this early. And what that means, according to old wives' tale and people that used to farm by things they saw that was going on, what they were saying was that means when they bloom this early, that or anytime within 6 weeks, there will be a frost on the ground. And I'm like, dang, our first part of August, a frost, that means early September, like middle of September. I'm like, that is early for a frost. Now they're in North Carolina. That might be average for them. I don't know. But down here, we won't get a frost to December, if even then.
Yeah, they're predicting us to have a cold, wet winter here, according to the Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's so freaking dry. Like all my grass is dead right now. I'm fixing to have to go buy hay for my horses.
Yeah, it hadn't rained here to speak of in a couple of weeks, and I was thinking about that today. Derek gave me some jalapeno plants. No, I did. I popped them out here. We have like a flower bed thing right here behind this wall where I'm sitting, and I just put them in the ground right there. I didn't put any kind of fertilizer or anything on them. I looked at them today, and he gave them to me late, and I got to looking at them blossoms. I see little miniature jalapenos about a quarter of an inch long starting to come out. I said, we might get a few jalapenos before the cold gets here, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
What
He
you
told
talking
me,
about?
he
Lance said
told
he couldn't see somebody.
huh? Lance said, what? Are you running Facebook also?
I
Oh,
said,
he
"No,
meant
running
on your live, I guess.
Nah, I don't do Facebook on. I started to make a Mike Brown barbecue page, but I never did it.
I've never went live on my Facebook page. Maybe I should. I don't mean my personal, but my smoky ribs. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, maybe I need to. That's a whole different crowd over there, though, man. They scare me. They ruthless.
Yeah, in my research on the Sony ZV-1, I stumbled upon this new studio, which I say it's new, but it's not new in the camera and the editing community. But it's called OSB Studio. And
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever looked into that, but that looks pretty neat. You can run 2 or 3 cameras in it at one time and all kind of neat stuff, and it's all free.
I've used OSB for lives
Yeah.
years ago, and I have in here some equipment that I bought and paid for. And I used to run them Canon cameras, had it going through this, it's got its own screen, and I would set it up through OSB, and that would let you do a lot of things, kind of like on StreamYard, how you can share your screen and stuff. Well, this would allow you to do it a little bit differently, but it looks so good, the quality, it
I've
was
been
coming
watching a ton
through.
of videos on that.
Yeah,
I might get into
it was coming through at 4K quality, like right now I'm probably running at 720, maybe 1080. I don't know. You're on StreamYard
StreamYard 720p unless you upgrade and pay
unless
for it.
you upgrade.
Then it's
Yeah.
1080.
I seen that
Yep.
today. I looked at it like, oh crap, they got 1080. I clicked, said, oh sorry, you got to pay us. All right, screw you. So I said
Yeah, SJ,
720 it
Sony
is.
ZV-1 is legit, but he's right. That OBS is it look. I'll have to do some studying on it. It looked complicated to me,
It is a
but
little
I don't know.
complicated, but once you wrap your head around it, it ain't nothing to it. Now it would be for
It's
me
like
again because it's been years since I've done it, probably 3 or 4 years. I'd have to learn it all
everything's
over again.
everything seems like it's going to be hard till you get in the groove and you figure it out.
That's fact. Yep, that is a fact. Dang, where's everybody at? I figured somebody else would have hopped in here by now.
I'm 14. Oh, that's the most I've had in a while.
Yes, I hopped on Mike's live for a little while. He was supposed to pop in on mine, but I knew he was busy doing stuff, and then he popped in right as I was leaving, and then I looked
Who's
down.
live?
So Mike with Everyday Barbecue.
Oh, every day.
And so I hopped over there for a few minutes, and we were talking about that. He goes, "What was the most people you had in your live at one time, Russ?" I said I didn't sit there and watch it, but one time I looked, I had 46 people in there, which is way lower than what I used to pack, And it's like he said, "Yeah, that's." I think he had 9 people watching his. He said, "Man, I don't know what's going on." I'm like, me either, dude. All you can do is keep rolling. Maybe to change around one day. Who knows?
It's the time of year mainly what's got to do with it. Summertime and it's Friday night. A lot of
Yep.
people ain't getting on Facebook. They out doing stuff.
I agree. That has
That's why I
everything.
didn't really put that many videos out. I kind of remixed all my fire management from this year into one compilation video. And I had a guy get freaking pissed off at me about it and left me a comment on my page, man. He wrote on there, you remember when you used to have an old country and you didn't go over your fire management real good or what you're doing about your hot spot? I was like, that's not what that video's for, bro. It's a damn compilation of me working a fire over and over again. It's not a fire management video. So I
Yeah.
dropped the link to the actual fire management video I did last year that covers everything about how that smoker runs.
All
And he
right.
never called back. I was like, man, my God, people.
Oh man, just wait. You'll get some that just totally piss you off, and
I started to be a freaking dick, but I was like, you know what? I'll kill him with kindness, man. I don't know
yeah.
if he's subbed or not.
Yeah, I get that crap all the time, dude. That's just part of it.
I had to tell him I don't have the old country Brazos no more. I got tired of that little pit and I wanted something bigger, so I sold that and I built this one.
What's up, Mava?
No, I don't plan on going and trying any of those new restaurants unless they're within a 50-mile radius of Southeast Texas. I really don't go out of my way to go eat barbecue when I can do good barbecue right here.
I'm
I've tried
saying,
all those and they're good for restaurant barbecue, but put better shit out in your backyard, in my opinion.
yeah, I had people message me sometime or email me and say, "Hey, man," he goes, "We're thinking about coming down to Biloxi, your area, for a vacation because we got all these casinos and stuff down here." And they said, "What's the good barbecue joints around there?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't go to the barbecue joints around here. You know, I cook barbecue. I don't
Yep.
go buy it."
Everything looks good in them pictures, but they can make it all look good, but looks is part of it, but it's how it tastes is what wins out.
You know, the Shed Barbecues got all kind of fame because of the Food Network. They were on
Yep.
diners, drive-ins, and dives. They're 10 minutes from where I'm sitting. If I wanted to drive there, it would take me 8 to 10 minutes. It's just right down the road. And I've only eaten there once, and I was not impressed at all. There's a guy in Pascagoula that does way better barbecue called Rob's on the Side. That's the name of his place. That's good barbecue.
I haven't really found one in Southeast Texas that I would go back and give a second or third try to. I'll put it that way. Some of them I've tried twice and haven't
Yeah.
been impressed with. I won't mention their names because people get pissed off about it. But
Yeah.
I'm not going out of my way to go try them again. I've tried them twice, overpriced. I mean, it's the best barbecue that you'll get in a restaurant in Southeast Texas. But like
Yeah.
I said, you can do better at your house. You know what you're doing. I gotta turn my
Absolutely.
lights on. Go grab me a beer. I'll be right back.
All right. What's up, Simon? Oh God. My wife, she bought these, I don't know what kind, they were mixed beans or something, and they had a recipe on the back of it. It's called Cajun soup. And she made that in a crock pot. Started last night before we went to bed. And she got up this morning and added this green onion and jalapeno, I think, sausage into it. And she said, just keep it on warm. It's fully cooked. Once you eat, turn warm off. Take that crock out of the rest of it and put it in the refrigerator. I said, okay. So I tried a bowl before I went live earlier. Man, that stuff was good. I'm like, holy crap, we got to do that again. I don't even know what kind of beans it was or anything. I'll have to ask her, and she ain't here. But I put a little Tabasco over in it. Man, that stuff was fun. I put it on a cracker, dude. Oh, come on, Mike. It's your show, not mine.
That look pretty lit up.
Huh?
Does that look pretty lit up?
I couldn't understand you.
So does that look pretty lit up?
Yeah, it looks fun. Yes, sir. John, barbecue rock star. What's going on, buddy? Oh man. For any newcomers, Mike went to grab a beer and turn on lights. What's up, Al? Oh man. What is today? Friday? I got to do something tomorrow, man. I've been lazy this week. I haven't done much of nothing.
Yep, today is Friday.
Friday.
All right, I got to readjust them lights. It's bright as shit. I brought these lights off of Amazon. They were supposed to be dimmable, but they're not dimmable.
Tell you what, some of them I bought some for the back that are motion lights, and they got a center light about like this, and they got two side lights that you can pivot this way, and the front one you can pivot this way, and it lights that whole backyard up. Only problem with it is it's motion only, and if you stand still for 5 seconds, they turn off. I wish it had a way to switch it from motion to just leaving them on, but it
Yeah.
don't. I would have to go in there and rewire it like to do that, but it's doing what I got it for anyway.
See, these right here were freaking 15,000 lumens a piece.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be dimmable down to 5,000. Well, I got them and they weren't dimmable, but I got them for freaking dirt cheap off of Amazon, and they done made me. They done paid themselves off. They weren't, but like freaking they were stand like an industrial light like we used to use in the plants and all that.
Oh yeah.
Like them halogen lights used to be on, except they're LED.
Right.
And I bought two of them for like fucking. They were on sale for like $25.
Dang.
And they'll light the world up.
That ain't bad. I didn't pay much for the ones I got. I think $30-something for that set. Installed them about a month ago, I guess. I've got all those cameras back there on the back of I got them all the way around the house, but anybody moves back there, man, I can see who it is. You know what I'm saying? It lights it up. On the front, it's black and white, and you can't really make out who it is, at nighttime. Daytime, you can.
Damn it, I forgot to shoot temp on the camera. Let me do that right quick.
What's up, boo? They have opened other stores and they are very clean. I was referring. I see. Replying back to a comment.
So 110 degrees is the max temp I've seen on it so far, so it don't seem like it'll get no hotter than that.
Some guy commented on my Chaps Baltimore beef video. He goes, Chaps is famous, but boy is it dirty. I saw one guy pour charcoal into the pit while food was all over the grate. He poured dust and charcoal all over the meat that was cooking. Also dirty people working there. And I said, I've never been there. I've only heard of them through diners, drive-ins, and doves. He comes back. They have opened other stores and they are very clean. I was referring to the original store. I'm like, okay, then. Gotcha.
Never Whatever. Been there.
You just never know what kind of comments you're going to get. No,
yeah,
I ain't never been there.
That patina on my pent's just regular old cooking oil, spent cooking oils, all that shit is. I ain't gonna do none of that clear coat patina crap that all them other guys are doing. It'll last a while on the main chamber, but it won't last on that firebox. That shit'll flake right off.
Oh yeah, that happens just about after every cook. I used to
It's not because it burns off. It's because of expansion. That metal grows when it gets hot, and when it grows, the paint separates and flakes off.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, my offset is painted, but we still rub it down with mineral oil just to make it shine. And after about one or two cooks, all of it dulls out again. Then we'll do it again. Or we haven't in a while. We haven't used it in a while. I'm gonna leave that pit over there at Derek's if he is in fact done with videos. I'm gonna leave that one over there, and I'll just
Mhm.
use the old hickory when it comes to smokers. That's the only one I really worry about anymore.
I thought about patinaing this pit, and I thought about painting it, but then I got pricing for painting, and then I done built it, and it's too damn heavy to load up just about, so it's sitting right where I built it at.
I like that patina look on pits. To me, it looks good.
Yeah, if you keep them oiled down pretty heavily, they won't rust, and it'll look just like the patina finish.
Sure.
The only thing that sucks is in the springtime when all that dead gum pollen's coming off the trees, is it sticks to it and it gives it a faded look. Then you just got to
Yeah.
burn your real hot fire and get that crap off.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Man, I scored me a big ass beef shank from HEB today. Them
Really?
Thor's Hammers beef shanks.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them was like 7.5 pounds.
Wow. That's a
It's like
big
this
one.
freaking about that big around. And it
Dang.
wasn't Frenched all the way down like them ones from Porter Road. You get them on there and they got about that much meat on it.
Yeah.
It was dead had meat almost all the way to the top, and then about 3 inches of bone sticking out up top.
I did one, I don't remember how many years ago, but it wasn't Frenched at all, But by the time it cooks, that meat shrinks back off the bone, and it looked like something a caveman. Matter of fact, I think I called it that caveman lollipop is the name of the video. And
Yeah,
that turned out good.
I didn't want one that's French. I want to buy one that's got meat on it. I don't want
Yeah,
one that's all bone.
I don't remember where I got that one. It's been too long ago.
I went in there looking for a good brisket, man. That freaking brisket selection sucked. Oh, they had one good Wagyu beef brisket that was decent, and it was like $179. It was a 20-pound Wagyu brisket. Like, I ain't buying that.
God, that's just crazy, ain't it? Holy crap!
Yep,
The
$8.99 a pound.
last brisket I bought, it was that video I did not all that long ago called Leftover Brisket, and it was from Rouse's right here locally. It wasn't no kind of well-known meat place. It was choice. That brisket turned out fine. Only paid like $57 for it.
My go-to for briskets is those Walmart Angus Choice briskets. The premium Angus Choice they sell, it's about $3.29 a pound.
Yeah,
Those have always been the best shaped briskets. They've always had the thickest flats on them, and they got pretty good damn marbling, almost as good as marbling prime most times. And that's
yeah.
when I sell briskets or I do briskets for somebody,
Hmm.
and I can find one of them, I go get them first before I get any brisket because they're always consistent. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're black Angus.
I did a video going on 2 years ago with Jack's Drinkwater, and he brought the bit. He called me a few weeks before and said, "Man, I got this brisket in the freezer that I really need to get out of there to make room." And he goes, "You want to do a video?" I said, "Yeah, we'll do a video." And he got it at Costco over there in Mobile, Alabama, where he lives. And I was shooting at Derek's right there in Mobile. So he came over, we shot the video. Man, that thing, I had to do very little trimming, and that flat was that freaking thick. I crossed it. I'm like, man, that's a good looking brisket. And it was, man, it turned out good.
Before COVID, I didn't have no problems finding a brisket like that. After COVID, man, it ain't been worth the shit. It's hard to find a good brisket. I sat
Every
there shopping around, and when I go to HEB, I like to look at everything that's out there. And I was watching this little young Mexican guy go through them briskets over and over again, and I spent probably about 15 minutes going through them too.
yeah.
And I finally went up there. I said, "Hey, bro, there ain't no good briskets in there. You might as well give it up." He's like, "Yeah, these suck." I was like, "Yep."
Things are scarce right now, man. Pray it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
And the
All
beef
this
ribs were
lack of
worse.
rain and droughts, that's gotta have some impact when it comes to food here before much longer.
But that
Got to.
drought here, it's going to make it hard as hell to find hay for wintertime. And plus, what a bunch of dumb people around here been doing is trying to burn their freaking trash. We've had wildfires on up here on and off. It's only a matter of time before somebody burns the dead town down.
Yeah.
It's scary dry.
Yeah, we've been stocking back food, man. Just pay attention to the news and all these droughts
Everything.
and everything, and it's not just that. Like a lot of stuff we get from other countries, grains and stuff like out of Ukraine and stuff. It's all being affected. So
Yeah, everything's already going up.
Yeah, you better get it while you can and put it back.
Yeah, it's fixing to get ridiculous.
Yes, it is. I think it is, or I hope I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. If there's a drought, there's been flooding and droughts.
Yeah. Think
Yeah.
about the Dust Bowl, back when the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression, banks closing, all that's happening right now. We're that close to that happening. Imagine it now with the amount of people, crazy people on top of that in this world, man. Just imagine that for a minute. Like I said, I hope not, but
Here's my theory on it. I live out here in the country. If it comes down to it, I can live for the most part off the land. But all the
yeah,
people down there in the big cities can't. So they're
nope,
going to be running out here, starting a bunch of crap, trying to provide for their families.
absolutely. Get you some ammo, man, while you can.
Oh, I got plenty of it.
Good deal. I've been buying it every month. Not masses
when
of
I
it.
got
Just
laid off for COVID, I went and bought a bunch of ammo that day because I was prepared to go ahead and start roughing it with the way the news was making everything sound at the time.
Yeah. I don't go crazy with it, but we do take a little extra money every time my wife gets paid, and she buys up dry beans, canned goods, all that stuff. I've been using this freeze dryer and putting all that stuff up, and it ain't gonna last forever, but it'll last for a little while. But it really depends on how much you put back. I'd like to have 5 years worth put back, but I'm way far from that. I might have 6 months put back, and that's it.
Cajun Coin Hunter, what kind of soup you talking about making with a beef shank? I'm all ears.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but that'd be a good soup. I'd cut me off a big old hunk of that shank. Good
that
and
damn
tender.
beef shank wasn't cheap. I paid I think it was $8.99 a pound too. I paid $54 for it.
That's crazy, ain't it? Heck, I did that turtle sauce piquant video last week or week before last.
I watched that. That looked good.
That 1 pound of that was with tax and all right at $25. I'm like, holy crap.
Yep. I've got so much stuff I want to do right now, but the heat's deterred me from it, and I got me about 5 or 6 good pieces of meat in the freezer right now. Just stuff I've been stumbling upon that I want to cook.
Yeah. I need to buy me a bunch of snapping turtle eggs online if they sell them and let them grow in the backyard. That way, when the crap gets tough, man, I'll just go back there and grab me a turtle. Have to put them.
You can go down here on the creek sometime to find a big one.
Yeah, I'd have to put a swimming pool in for them or something, a little kiddie pool here and there.
Damn, you get your shanks for $2.50 a pound? That's a deal. I looked at oxtails today too, Quint. HEB had a ton of oxtails out there. I hadn't done no video on oxtail yet.
I tell you what, man, I did a video on oxtail stew one time, and I did it on my Santa Maria, but I used the Santa Maria as a cast iron cooking table to block the wind and everything. That's all the Santa Maria was for. And Derek about had a fit. He goes, my God, man, that stuff is the best stew I've ever had. It was good. And it wasn't just the oxtail, it was everything that went in, and including a little red wine and stuff. That's a really good recipe if anybody wants to make one. It's oxtail stew. It was so good.
Them deadgum soul food oxtails they sell down here at some of these joints, like RBJ's and stuff down by where I work at. That gravy, man, that's some good shit.
Oh, yeah.
Them oxtails is good.
Yeah, oxtail kind of.
The guy over there in Houston makes a Dr. Pepper smoked oxtail, and he sells them. They look good too.
To me, oxtail is right in line with beef cheeks as far as that good beefy flavor and the same texture and everything. Once you finally get it to give it the ghost and break down, it's extremely tough. But once you get beyond that, man, it's fine.
Like I got a whole pork belly because I want to do the pork belly cinnamon rolls. I still got a pork brisket left over from last year. I've got a beautiful rack of beef dino ribs that I found here a while back. I got that deadgum half snapper. I got a snapper on the half shell. Need to do a video on that. And
A red
then I got,
snapper?
yep. My
Oh,
buddy went
cool.
offshore fishing here about a month and a half ago, and give me some.
Awesome.
Yep, fresh caught Gulf snapper.
We went
Give me a whole
snap.
half on the shell. That fille's probably about like that big around.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we
I'm gonna
went
cook that
snapper
a lemon
fishing.
brown butter sauce with some lump crab meat, some shrimp, and I might make it a lemon brown butter cream sauce. I ain't my mind up yet, but
Mm.
somewhere along them lines and do it back
Oh
there on the
man.
smoker.
Yeah, buddy. With a little bit of capers in there too. Man, I can taste
Put some
that.
capers in there. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Sounds good.
You get some of that Magic Chef redfish seasoning. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you ever tried that before, but that's some good shit.
You talking about that Paul Prudhomme's magic Paul
Hmm.
Prudhomme's magic? Yeah, I used to use that stuff all the time.
I
Still
can't find
do.
it around here no more. They don't sell
They
it.
he is that blackening seasoning too. That's really good.
Hmm.
But that
I
guy
go
that
on Amazon
that
and
guy that
find it.
come by here today, he didn't give me none. I was hoping he would, but he had a jar of blackening seasoning that he sells. Unless one of these samples is it. If it is, and if I like it, I might go back and say, "Hey, man, I want to buy some of that." I don't even know.
There's
My
some
God,
Al Lunacy sent me some of his vodka rub the other day, and I tried it on my last live on a pork steak. I had some pork steaks cooking back there, and that shit was pretty damn good.
he's
He's
got
got a
make.
good rub going there.
He's got all kind of stuff. These are all sample packs. A barbecue rub. This is a poultry rub. Let me see if he put some of that blackening in there. That's Cajun seasoning, steak seasoning.
Hell, he give you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he just wanted me to try it out and see what I like, and he can hook me up with it. Sweets barbecue or sweet barbecue. Uh, Mexican adobo. Holy crap! This is a vegetable, I guess, for seasoning up vegetables. Uh, Italian seasoning. Everything by you. Look at the grains on that. Holy crap!
That's really coarse.
Kind of like everything bagel, but it's everything by you. It
Ah,
must have
hmm.
some Cajun influence in there.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
You know, I just tried that everything bagel seasoning for the other day on some crackers with cream cheese. My kids talked me into buying it, and it was actually pretty damn good.
that's it right
Yep.
there. But he sells that in jars. These are just samples. So I'm gonna try all these and let him know what I think. This is a seafood. This is a all-purpose. I've got a Creole seasoning. Just wish I had more of it. Lemon basil. Showed these earlier, I think. SPG. Yeah. Man, I didn't realize he made all this.
This is what I was talking about right here. You see it? Here, I'll
Yeah.
pull it up on my computer.
I just dropped my lemon oil. I'm glad that glass didn't break. I'd cry.
It says Walmart carries it.
What is it? I missed it. Do that
Hold on,
again.
I'm about to put it on my screen. You probably can't see it on there. Let's see.
Little ditty by Jack and Diane, sucking on a chili dog. Chili dog.
This is what I was talking about right here.
Yeah. Chef Paul Prudhomme's black and red. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Absolutely.
That is some good. That's the best fish seasoning that I've ever had in my life.
Yes, it is. I did a video years ago, and it was called a swamp platter or something like that. I did frog legs, I did shrimp, I did a black and red fish, and that's the same season I use. I did a blue crab bisque to put on top of that blackened
I
fish.
love crab bisque.
Yeah, man.
That's
And
good shit.
I did hush puppies. I did fried shrimp. I did. It was a big spread, man. I worked my ass off on that cook.
Seafood spread. Well, that's good eating. That
I'm on.
Zatarain's blackened seasoning's okay. It's not bad, Quint.
I'm going to reach down here and grab my lemon oil drop.
But yeah, that stuff there. They used to carry it right here at my local Brookshire Brothers. They quit carrying it, but they carry it at Walmart. I seen that's at Walmart, so I'm gonna go get some. That's what I'm gonna put on that redfish. Yeah, that Paul Perdone's though, to my opinion, that's the best blackened season there is that I've tasted so far. I used to be a rub junkie, man. I used to buy every damn rub I can get my hands on. Now I don't hardly buy no rubs.
Yeah, me either. Matter of fact, I just gave away a box full of rubs before they go bad. I gave them to my younger son. He likes to cook out every Sunday. You know, I gave him that LSG pellet grill. So he's got that thing fired up every week. He pulled by
Yeah,
here the other day. I said, I got a box of rubs and sauces for you. He's like, holy crap. You sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. Trust me, I'll have a ton more in no time, you know.
yeah. I don't even buy barbecue sauce no more. I make all my own stuff now. I make all my own rub too, pretty much. Very
Yeah.
seldom do I buy a rub now.
Yeah,
All
we
the
do.
rubs are not far off from being the same. That's why I don't buy
I
them.
love making my own rub. What I like about it is I'll go salt free when I make a rub. That way I can apply the salt and do a salt brine. Then I ain't gotta worry about how much seasoning to put on there. You know, you can go crazy with it. You're not gonna over
That's what I
salt it.
was really looking for today. I was looking for a bone-in pork loin, kind of like them dead pork chops these barbecue restaurants sell around here. That's what I
Yeah,
was looking for at HEB, but I couldn't find none. So I want to do a dead brine on it and do a video with salt and pepper.
yeah.
It's
Heck
good eating.
yeah. I just brought Zatarain. I've never tried their blackening. Now my buddy Keith Jenkins has got a blackening seasoning too that's really good. But I still like that Paul Prudhomme the best. I don't think nobody's ever matched that I know of. And I've tried a bunch of them.
It's to say I ain't found one no better. That stuff it don't taste like much in your hand, but when you try it on the fish, that's when it
Yeah.
comes out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. That's flavor right there. Real flavor.
The
Yeah,
first
he
time
sure
I
did.
tried it, I freaking went down to the creek and we caught a bunch of bass, and I filleted some bass and did them in a 10 full boat on my barbecue. Well, not this barbecue pit, on another one, and I used that blackening season on there. And that was the first time I tried it. That shit was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Thanks to Paul Prudhomme, now we have size limits and limits on how many you can keep of redfish because he just about wiped out the population. He come out with that redfish, black and redfish recipe way back, I guess in the 70s, early 70s. And next thing you know, man, there was a shortage of redfish. People were, it went viral. I mean, it really
Yeah,
went viral. People were scarfing them up, doing black and redfish. That was the hottest thing since sliced bread, you know. And that's really when they imposed all the size limits and stuff, and it ain't never changed
yeah. You
since
put that
then.
black and red fish seasoning on there, and then put you some lemon slices on top of that. And
Yeah,
smoke it.
buddy.
Ooh,
Hmm.
shit. That's some good eating, man.
Man, you got me
Good
wanting
eating.
seafood now. That's one of my weaknesses right there. Me and my wife will go up here to the shrimp basket every now and then. They got good gumbo. They got everything good. Every time I go in there, I've yet to be disappointed with anything they serve in there. You know, anything. So
The
good.
best seafood that I've had in this area, there's two of them. You got Papados, which is really high but really good, and then you got
Yeah.
Floyd Seafood down here in Southeast Texas. Both of them are freaking good. It's a three-way tie between barbecue, Mexican food, and seafood for me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my top three.
Man, me and you get along just fine because I love Mexican food. I love seafood, and barbecue really kind of ranks lower down the scale with me. Be honest with you. I mean, I like barbecue, but there's things
Uh,
I like better. You know.
so seafood, I ain't gonna lie to you. Seafood's number one for me.
Yeah.
Barbecue's number two, and then Mexican food's right there, right behind it. And then
Yeah.
Italian.
I think the only reason I'm saying that is because prior to YouTube, I only barbecued maybe once a year. It was something I didn't have that much of. Now it's like I'm sick of it. You know.
Yep, burn out on it.
Yeah, just burn out, period. And I told Derek when he first got into this, he got that all set, he was going crazy with it. Oh man, you should have tried this. Oh man, you should have tried that. Oh man, oh man. I said, you keep doing that and you're gonna get burnt out and you ain't gonna want no barbecue. And that's where he's at now. He's like,
Yep. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm burned out on it too. No matter whichever way I make it, I take about 3 or 4 bites of it, and then I'm freaking done with it. That's all
yeah.
I want.
Now,
Brisket, I can cook a kick-ass brisket, but I have about 1 or 2 pieces, and that's it. That's all I'm eating of it.
now I'm a pizza addict too, but as long as it's really good pizza, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
me too.
And I ain't talking about
Some good, real wood-fired pizza. I will tear
yes.
that shit up
Oh
all
my
day long.
God. That's the reason I want my pizza oven back over here so bad because I got all this downtime during the week. I could go in there and make me some Neapolitan pizza dough, go out there and get me some wood. I have to get wood because all the wood's over there. And man, fire that thing up and it's pizza time. And I ain't talking about on camera either. I'm talking about just meals, you know. The heck with paying Pizza Hut or Papa John's. I'll do it for a lot less.
Yeah, Randy, I don't know where we got our grouper at. I got kinfolk that live in Tampa, and I go stay down there with them for the summertime back when I was in high school, and we would go some places over there and get black and grouper, and that was pretty good shit.
I love grouper. I lost my gill net license in the 80s. Yeah, absolutely. I tell
Damn it,
you,
Paul.
he started up a whirlwind. It was so popular that Louisiana, I don't know, maybe a decade later, had a Nutri-Rat problem, and they asked him, could he come up with some recipes so Nutri-Rats could be wiped off the face of Louisiana? And I don't know that he ever did or not, but they did ask him, and I'm
I
like,
don't
oh my
know if
god,
times ever get that hard for me to want to eat a Nutri-Rat. I ain't gonna say I won't never do it, but I don't think I ever get that bad off to eat one.
that's an ugly critter. I think they're vegetarians for the most part, but they sure are ugly. They will tear you up too, man.
Although they're aggressive, they'll tear your ass up.
They got them
I've
two
dealt with them
front
before.
teeth like a beaver. Whoo, man.
Freaking about the I've tried raccoon before, and I didn't much care for raccoon, but that's about probably the top craziest thing I really ever ate before was raccoon.
Yeah, I've had coon before. I never would eat possum. That thing looks so greasy and
Uh,
nasty. I'm like,
I never
I
even got
ain't.
a
I
chance
said,
to try
I'm
it.
like, I ain't got that hungry yet. I'll
I was
become a
down on the creek fishing here about 2 weeks ago. I brought my 2 sons with me, and we was catching some bass and stuff. And we stumbled upon a dead gum beaver dam. We didn't see no beavers, but you can see where they chewed on them trees and stuff.
yeah.
And flipped them down into the water.
What are you doing, Randy? I figure you would have dropped in here, man.
Rammed.
Randy,
Yeah, so
Randy.
I didn't know the history behind that season. I didn't know all that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh,
You
that's
can you
interesting.
can you can Google it. You can Google that. That actually happened, man. Just
So
about wiped
Nutri-Rat
out the.
tastes like rabbit. I'll
I don't
take your
know.
word for it.
Yeah, I've never tried it. I've never tried it, but I can
I
see
like
where
it.
it would. It's a vegetarian,
Hmm.
but
I'll eat some rabbit. I got a lady over here and not too far away from me. I go buy rabbits from her every now and again.
yeah, Derek used to raise rabbits. And one of the first, not the first video, but way back when I first started, I did a rabbit and sausage gumbo from scratch. Still
Oh
on
yeah.
YouTube. And man, that was some kind of fun. Smoked that rabbit and all before it went in the pot, you know? Mm.
My dad's Cajun friend used to take those rabbits and cure them, and then hang them up and cold smoke them for like 10 or 12 hours, and then take them and vac seal them and freeze them. Then he would take that cured smoked rabbit and make gumbo with it, and
Ooh.
that was some good shit.
I think
Man, it
you
was good.
talked about that before. I remember you saying that.
I
I can't
want to
even
do it.
imagine. That'd be cool. I'm still trying to make reports for this data package. I have to sell Chevron in the morning. Oh, okay. All the NDE is done on 3 units now. Gotcha, man.
Man, put that shit down and do that on company time. Get your ass on here, Randy.
Yeah, get on here, drink a cold beer, and screw
He's still on the
Chevron.
clock. You dead gum NDE guys always on the clock, man. They'll shoot X-rays and leave, and then I got to sign a bill the next morning, and I'm like, "How the hell you guys work 20 freaking hours, man? You weren't even here 20 hours." I sign them because I know how it is, but I still like to give them some shit about it.
That's it.
We'll work a big emergency job. We'll work 16 hours, shoot the X-rays right there at 10 o'clock at night, and then they'll go develop film for 2 or 3 hours
Yeah.
after they get it home.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I don't know. I got so many videos I want to shoot. I ain't getting out here in this 110-degree freaking heat to shoot them.
That's me, man. Every day I get up, I'm like, should I shoot a video today? Because there's stuff I could do right here. I don't have my main tripods here, but I do have all my cameras here now. But I do have a tripod that I bought mainly for shooting with the iPhone, but I can also put a regular camera on there. And I'm like, I can make it happen. But I just need to get all my stuff I use over here. That way I can. Derek was talking about maybe doing a video this coming week, because he's got to wait on that background check. You know how they do before somebody hires you. He's waiting on
Yep.
all that before he's actually got the job. He said, we can shoot next week, so I might make one more trip over there. But I got news for him. He's going to have to load up that crap, get him some help, and bring it to me soon. If I can't wait on him. I got to keep this thing going.
So I upgraded to a fancier phone. I'm thinking about using this phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy S23.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about using it as a secondary camera for multiple shots and see how it looks when I edit it.
Should look fine. I use mine all the time. That video I just
four
dropped.
little cameras on it.
That video I just dropped. It had one of my main cameras on my face, but when I'm up close to that Vivor vacuum sealer, all that. Matter of fact, the guys that signed up earlier as a member can see Derek sitting there holding the phone as I'm talking. They can see exactly how that was shot. You know.
Yeah, I want to have two angles where I can flip back and forth like you guys do.
Yeah. Yeah. That it saves a lot of time. There's times we shoot with 4 angles. I got 3 good cameras, and I got my iPhone for a 4th angle, and we'll just set 3 up, and they're catching all this different stuff. Then all I got to do is choose between the clips as I'm editing.
That keeps your viewers engaged and just not locked on you and what you're doing all the time. When you can flip back and forth like
it
that.
keeps their brain active to where they don't lose interest as fast. Well, that's the way it used to be. Nowadays, I don't know, man. People's attention span is out the window, but it's about all you can do.
Yep, they all into the shorts and shit now.
Yeah.
You go and look at your analytics, and if you have over like 45 to 60% watching after the first 30 seconds, then that's typical. Anything below that's below average. Anything above that's above average.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Unfortunately, that's what it's turned into. I used to use multiple cameras, GoPro, iPhone, and Sony camera, but it was a ton of work for me, and all the shots looked a bit different, so it bugged me trying to correct them. The editing software I use, Final Cut Pro, I can have 20 cameras if I own 20 cameras, which I don't, but if I did, you import all that into that software, then you highlight every clip that matches from each camera. You highlight it, you right click, hit multicam edit. It will pull all these clips to where it goes in this window, and you can see all your clips. And of course, you're going to start with your face cam, the one looking at you, and then from there you clip to another angle and another angle, and you can do it wherever you want. You just click on it, and it cuts into the timeline. Then it cuts and it cuts and it cuts. I always thought that would be extremely difficult, but it was so easy. It saved me a ton of time now the way I edit now compared to what I used to. I used to try to line all that up and sync it up myself. You ain't got to do all that.
Yeah, my video software like that convert the whole video to 4K if you shot it in 4K.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, like inside this room, if I'm going to use this freeze dryer, I have no choice but to use one camera, because it's too small of a room. I mean, there's a couch behind me, barely enough room to get one tripod in here. But, you know, where I normally shoot, we'll set up three cameras. And we used to, I got to get that for him too. I got a slider that ZV-10 can go on. And as it's running down the track, it turns and it's super ultra smooth. As it's making that turn, you can speed it up or slow it down. And we'd use that sometime as a third angle. Haven't done it in a while. Derek gets lazy on my butt sometime. He just, okay, let's get this video done. He'll pop up two cameras. Where's the other one at? We don't need it. Well, that ain't your decision, you know. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, Final Cut Pro. That's only for MacBooks and stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's an Apple
Because I think I
program.
looked into that a while back, but I couldn't get it because I have Windows.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it, man. It ain't nothing else I would ever use because I know it so well. I've been using it for 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cooking with Rye, I watched something of his the other day. He shoots with 13 cameras at times. He don't use them all the time on every cook necessarily. Now I think some of them are permanently inside and some are outside. So, but between his inside shots and his outside shots, you could very well see 13 different angles on any given video. That's crazy.
Yeah, 13 cameras. Holy shit.
And
That's a
he does
lot.
all that himself. And like, holy crap, dude. As far as I know, he does. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not
I'm gonna
adding
get
multiple cams until I hit 10,000 subs. Hopefully, I can get my wife handling the main camera so she can move it while I cook and then have my second camera static. Yeah, that's a good look, too. I've got a gimbal for this, just a little gimbal. And a lot of times we'll have the three cameras, and Derek will have this on a gimbal mounted, and he'll walk around with that smooth action, and get some moving shots, which really adds a lot to any video. But I really want an overhead camera. Yeah.
I'm gonna add a camera to my arsenal next year when I get income tax. Add something that's got interchangeable lenses on it.
Yeah.
I might get a Sony ZV-10.
Yeah. That's what I got that camera here somewhere.
That'd probably be the
Here it
next
is.
one I get.
But as you can see, hang on, let me get in there to it. Oh, get me to dump them on the floor. Don't want to do that. This one is my A6100. And
How
then
long's the battery life last on that one, Russ?
uh I'll charge. I got a bunch of batteries. I'll charge them all and make sure they're all charged before we shoot. And we never have to every now and then we have to swap a battery out during a shoot, but not very often. Normally, one battery get us to a shoot. Now
When I'm shooting 4K on this ZV-1, I'll be lucky to get about 30 to 45 minutes on it.
that's the ZV-10 right there, and as you can see, I got this full frame lens on there. Now it's a crop sensor on this camera because of what it is. So I don't get the full benefit of that lens, but it has a really good look to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just about like yours, except this you can remove it. But anyway, that's another one. And then I got
Yeah, I think that camera's just a little bit bigger than the ZV-1.
well, the body itself might not be, but that lens is definitely bigger than the one on your ZV-1. Now this is my Sony A6600, and that's got a prime lens. It's a fixed lens. That's one that my audio goes into. You see the audio on top of it? That's my face cam. That's the one that's always looking at me right there. That's the best camera of the three.
Yeah, it's a big ass lens.
Yeah. Them lenses can cost more than the camera itself.
Yeah, them lenses ain't cheap. I looked at them.
That lens right there, I bought this camera from Jeff Rice over at Dead Broke Barbecue, this A6600. And about a week or two later, he mailed me that prime lens because he moved into full frame cameras. He goes, I found this lens that fit one of your cameras, you know. He goes, I'm just giving it to you because you already bought the camera and I don't need it. I have no camera left that'll fit. And I said, okay, cool. So that's one I use, you know.
Yeah, some of them Sony lenses, they're like freaking $3,000, $2,500, $3,000 a piece.
Yeah. I had a
Just as
lens.
much as a camera.
We sold it. And the reason we sold it because we couldn't use it on that porch over there at Derek's. It was too close. When we used to shoot here, he'd back that tripod up 25 foot from me, and I'm right there in it. It was a telescopic lens, but man, you talk about looking good. And he could work them dials and get that whole background blurred. You couldn't tell what was what, and it really made your face pop, you know, inside that lens. But we started shooting over there and eventually just sold it. You know, I paid $1,300 for that lens, but we sold it and got most of the money back. So no biggie.
That lens I put on my ZV1 is a clamp-on lens, and then you can actually put other lenses on it. I don't know if Newer started making other lenses for it, but
Yeah,
it clamps around the frame, and then you can snap that 16 millimeter lens on there. And I paid $40 for it.
I like big
Get a
lenses
little
and I
bit wider
cannot
frame.
lie. Yeah. Sony Alpha FX3. I think that's Jeff
Which
has
one is that?
got. I think that's what he's got. I think
Is that an actual camcorder or a camera?
that's a. If it's one I'm thinking, that's a full frame camera, not a camcorder.
Speed typer, man. Equipment insurance. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have equipment insurance if you got a lot of cameras that are expensive.
I remember y'all know who Pitmaster X is. Roll.
Oh yeah, I'll watch him.
Well, he started about the same time I did back on YouTube, and we contacted each other all the time off of YouTube, and he had the same camera I was shooting with at that time, and it was an old A series Sony, really bad about overheating, but he would get almost into the fire, you know. And anyway, he ended up running the camera itself, but he mailed me a bunch of parts because he knew I shot with the same camera, and they come from the Netherlands, and it took like 2 months. And he's like, "Oh crap, man! We thought they got lost." And one day there they come in a box. I went, "Well, check this out: extra lenses, extra everything." So I emailed him right there. "Hey, man, look what I got." You know, I took a picture of it. It's like, "Oh, awesome!" You know. But yeah,
Yeah, I got my camera too close to the firebox one day, and it shut off on me. Or no, it went to, when I was reverse searing. I think that deadgum crispy pork shoulder I did. Freaking it got the heat coming out of there. It got my camera too hot, and it shut that sucker off. And I had to wait about 15 minutes before I turned it back on.
yeah. Yeah, that camera I'm talking about, and me and him used to talk about it. He goes, "Yeah, I have to put mine in my freezer sometime to cool it off if he's out in the sun." Because I didn't keep that camera long because of that. And I'm like, God. So I went to Best Buy and I bought a cheap camcorder. It was a Canon, but it was a little cheap thing. And I shot with that for, I don't know, a year or so. Then finally I bit the bullet and bought me a couple of those big Canons, the big camcorders, and I used them for years until I finally upgraded to these Sonys. And I'm not so sure it was an upgrade, but it was just Derek was wanting to go that route because it has a really good look to it. But in hindsight, hell, I wish I was still using them Canons in a way. You know, but
Yeah,
I just
when
have
it's
to
real
get some
hot out
more.
here and the sun's out, I take a deadgum rag and get a damp rag and wring it out real good, and I put that over that camera to keep it from getting too hot in the sun.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you wreak havoc. That's one thing about where we shoot right now. We're shaded because he's got the roof over that porch. It's hot under there, but it ain't like the sun beating down on a camera. So cool weather better hurry up and get here because these cameras are about getting ready to catch hell. You know, we turn them off though in between every shot we take. He'll turn the power off and all to kind of keep the temperature down on these cameras
That's what I
this
do
time of
with
year.
mine.
You got to.
That's what I do with mine. You leave it running, it gets too hot.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll turn it off between shoots. And if I know I'm not going to shoot for about 30 minutes to an hour, I'll go ahead and put a charger on it, charge the battery that's in it right back up. so I
Hell,
change it.
the last time I was at Derek's, this phone was down to like 20% or whatever. And I'm like, holy crap, dude, I got to charge my phone up. So he went inside, got a phone charger, hooked it up outside under the porch, and it'd been
Uh-huh.
on there maybe 30 minutes or so. And I went over there to look, and it said, will resume charging once the temperature comes down. It was overheated. And that was just
Yeah.
from sitting there. It wasn't in the sun or anything. So I ended up having to take the charger and the phone indoors where it's air conditioned to charge it on up, which I don't think we used that phone on that particular cook. That was that sauce piquant.
Yeah, yeah. When I'm out here in the sun, my phone will get too hot, and then it freaking goes in the limp mode.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yep, it gets too hot.
Camera.
Oh, that's a camera. I have to look into that. Curious. I don't know. I ain't looking to spend no more than $1,000 on another camera. At least not until I get real big and make a lot of money.
Yeah,
If I ever get there.
that's what I've always done, man. I started off with a cheap iPhone, and then as I could afford, I would move up, and I really wasn't making any money. I was making money, but it was just enough to buy things like a better camera or a better audio or better this, you know. And then I'd say probably the first 4 years of my channel, I never got to keep any of that money. But after that, it got to where I had pretty much everything I needed, and then I could actually enjoy some of the money.
Yeah, I got that camera that I got on sale at Best Buy. It was discounted and on sale. I got it for $698 is what I paid for it. That back then they were new. They were freaking $800 new,
Yeah,
and they
them
weren't on sale.
Those Sonys that Jeff has got, they're over 3,000 something dollars for the camera. That ain't the lens. That's just the camera. The lenses he got were like around 3,000. So he's got like 6,000 something dollars in each camera, and he's got four of them identical cameras. He made sure they're all identical to where everything matched. And he spent a lot of money. That was 2 winters ago. Well, this winter will be 2 winters. He didn't do it last year, but the year before that, right before he came and visited me. Holy crap, dude. I told him the other day, I said, you got to make some more videos, man. You got way too much invested in that studio, them cameras. Like, I know. Like,
Yeah,
get it done, brother. What are you waiting on?
yeah, 600 was a good deal at the time. Now you can get a Sony, the old Sony ZV-1. You can get it for $598 on Amazon right now, and now they got a Sony ZV-2 out. That's the upgrade for this, but there ain't much upgrading to it. It looks like
Yeah,
it's all this crap.
hear you. I guess my wife will be home here shortly. It's after 9 o'clock. She gets off at 9, but she really don't leave work until, yep, she's still there. She don't normally leave work till about 20 after or something like that.
Does Jeff have insurance on his cameras, Russ?
No,
Or do you know?
he don't
No?
not that I know of, he don't.
If I didn't have insurance on my stuff, I wouldn't rent it out. I don't know. Is that a thing? Renting cameras out?
If you're a business that rents them, or I guess if you had somebody that need them, you could rent them to somebody. But I'm like you, I wouldn't let nobody walk off with them. Not because I use them. I make a living with them. Ain't nobody else touching them.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't loan stuff out typically unless a real good friend needs it, and then I don't like to borrow stuff because I'm afraid I'll tear it up.
I learned the hard way not to borrow anything. I remember a buddy of mine way back. This is in the 80s, and I was going fishing, and somebody invited me. And anyway, I asked him, could I borrow his rod? I didn't need a reel or nothing. I just needed a rod. And lo and behold, during that trip, there was a fiberglass lid that opened up that was like dry storage or whatever. and somehow or another, I don't remember if the lid come down on it or when we opened the lid, it caught that rod was laying right there. At any rate, it broke the fiberglass on that rod, and I felt so bad before we got home. Once we left fishing, I went by, I think it was Walmart or something way back then. I don't remember, but I bought him a graphite rod, something way better than what I borrowed. And I
Yeah.
bought it and I brought it and I said, man, you ain't gonna believe what happened. I said, here's your new rod. Same size, same everything, you know. He's like, oh man, you didn't have to do that. He goes, I appreciate it, you know. I said, dude, I said, I ain't ever borrowing anything else again. I didn't. That burnt me. I don't loan stuff out and I don't borrow stuff.
Yeah.
And what's bad is I had the money to go buy one. Why didn't I just buy it at the beginning? Then it would have been my rod, you know. So yeah,
That's pretty much me. I'll go buy it before I borrow it.
I was in my late 20s when that happened, I reckon, you know, and it's like never again. I never did either. Yeah, I don't borrow and I don't loan. Maybe one of my sons. It depends on what it is, you know, but I'm talking about anybody else now.
I'll loan to some of my real close friends that I know won't tear my crap up and are
Yeah,
responsible. I will loan some stuff to
right.
them. I won't loan to everybody. And very seldom where I borrow something.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
don't
got to be
borrow
in a
anything.
9 line bind to borrow something.
If I can't buy it, I don't need it. That's the way I look at
Yeah, he lives in Los Angeles, so there's plenty of camera rental places. What's up, Wazy?
it. People are not going to respect your stuff like you do. They're just not, you
Yeah,
know.
I've got
Most
a
people.
a coworker that's all the time wanting to borrow crap from other friends that we're friends with. Like,
Yeah.
man, you're a grown ass man. Go buy the shit, dude. Simple shit.
I can remember a buddy of mine. I say buddy, I haven't really seen him in years. We used to work together, but there was this known guy in his area that was like a drug addict and just irresponsible, always trying to borrow money from people and everything. And one day he hit him up. He goes, "Man, can I borrow $20 like that? I'll pay you back Friday." He's like, all right, man, make sure you pay me back. Gave him the $20. Friday come, never heard from the guy, never heard from him again, you know. And my buddy said, that's the best $20 I ever spent. He knew he wasn't gonna pay it back, and he knew he would never come back wanting to borrow money again. You
Paid
know.
him to go away.
Yeah, paid him to go away. Here's $20.
Take your shit. Go get methed out. Leave me alone.
Yeah, best $20 he ever spent.
I'm gonna go grab me another beer. I'll be right back.
I gotta text my wife. Do you need anything from Walmart? How's the beer holding out? Beer, I got plenty of beer. Yeah, get from Walmart. I want you to get me a Whataburger. She said, "Do you need anything from Walmart?" I said, "Whataburger Junior." I know what she's gonna say. She's gonna say that ain't Walmart. That's not Walmart. I told you. I knew that's what she's gonna say. Not to change the subject, but I so want a good blackening seasoning. I couldn't hear the chat earlier. Paul Prudhomme's Redfish Magic is a great blackening seasoning. You can probably get it off of Amazon. I doubt it's in your area, but it could be. Pistachios, huh? Oh, pistachios. Yeah. Good idea. Good boy, Lance. How you spell pistachios? Damn, he actually spelled that right. Okay. See what happens, Lance. Let's see. She'll bring me a big bag of Walmart pistachios. Dangy.
It's pistachios. I was eating some earlier.
Yeah, she asked me what I wanted from Walmart. And I said, I want a Whataburger Junior. That ain't Walmart. Lance says, pistachios. I'm like, yes.
Man, I seen
Lance has
this
been
YouTuber.
helping me out all day. Yes, he has.
I seen this YouTuber on a short earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he ordered a plain Jane freaking Whataburger. Didn't get nothing added to it. Just a Whataburger with lettuce and tomatoes, mustard, and onions on it. And then proceeded to trash that damn Whataburger. Like, damn, you ordered a plain Jane burger. What the hell did you expect? You order it right, it'll be badass.
Yeah, no shit.
The way I order my Whataburgers, I get a number 2 with no lettuce, no tomato. Then I add grilled onions, jalapenos, bacon, and cheese to it. That sounds good,
Mm-hmm.
badass.
Well, that
That's the
sounds
way.
good. I ate
And
I
that
ate
dude,
that Cajun soup she made earlier, which is really good, man. But I could definitely go for something again. That was at 4 o'clock. A little hungry, a little hungry.
what was the name of
Speaking
that
of
cake?
food, huh?
Yeah. What was the name of that stuff we was talking about? Chef
Paul Perdone.
uh Paul Perdone.
Yeah.
Paul Perdone blackening seasoning, Lance. Try it out. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it on Amazon.
Yep. Yep. That's good stuff right there.
I'll share my screen again so you can see what that looked like right quick. Hold on, did my screen share?
You know, down there in Louisiana, they call crappie sacale. I don't know how they get that name out of crappie, but we call them white perch way down
This
here in
stuff, this
South
stuff right
Mississippi.
here, Lance. That's
Holy
the
shit!
best.
$36. That must be a whole bundle of it.
It's 4 of them.
Woo, boy!
That's 16.50.
Dang, that's
But yeah,
crazy.
now they call it sacalad over here too, though.
Do they? We have never called it that here where I live. It's always been white perch. If you start going into more North Mississippi, it becomes crappie or crappie.
We call it crappie here. They call it sacalad. I mean, I've always called it crappie my whole life. Crappie and white perch.
Yeah.
Sacalad, I didn't start hearing that until freaking some of these Facebook groups started up here for the lakes.
Lance, if I
I
can,
live about 30 minutes away from Sam Raven and Toledo
I know
Bend.
what I'll do. Hang on. I'm going to call my wife real quick. So I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to get her.
That fried crappie, you take that crappie and cut it up into thinner strips and fry it, man. That is some good eating, man. Huh. Sounds good. Yeah, Lance, try that stuff right there, man. Once you try that, you won't want to eat no other blackening season. That stuff there is real deal Holyfield. I need to shoot the temp on my camera while I'm thinking about it.
All right, Lance. I just told my wife she's headed to Walmart. I told her if they got it in stock, which they should, to go ahead and get a bottle of that, and I'll send it to you. See what you think about it.
Well, I played with my ISO a little bit on my camera just now, and it looks good on my camera screen. You can see my smoker, but you can't see it on here. I guess that's just the StreamYard shit.
Hey Lance, email me or text me your address. I know as many times you sent hats and shirts and everything else, I should have it, but all that packaging is gone. So I will need your address. I'll put it in a little box, wrap it up in some bubble wrap, and send it your way. Yeah, we had a Po Folks here on the coast, but it was a franchise, and the guy that started that used to be a country singer. What was his name? It's called Po Folks.
Jimmy Buffett.
No, 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 it wasn't him. It was I can't even remember the guy that who the country singer was. All right, I'll Google it. Hey Siri, who was the country singer that started the restaurant chain Po Folks?
Here's an answer from Wikipedia. Betty K. Hare opened the first Po Folks in 1975 in Anderson,
Bill
South
Anderson.
Carolina. The restaurant was named after the 1961 hit single by country music singer Bill Anderson.
Yep, Bill Anderson.
Bill Anderson.
Yep.
And that's the dude that sings "Don't Ask Her" on a Straight Tequila Night. And,
no, that was John Anderson.
John Anderson, yeah.
Yeah. No, that guy, he wasn't super famous, but he was on the radio back in the days. Lance should remember him. Lance, Po Folks had great blackened catfish. Can't remember what city I had it at. So are y'all talking about the same Po Folks chain? We had them here, or we had one in Mobile. I know. I've eaten at it many, many years ago.
I don't know what freaking Papados seasons their blackened catfish with. They call it catfish Pontchartrain, but that's freaking pretty damn good right there.
Heck yeah.
They don't sell it though.
Yeah. They don't sell the seasoning.
Whispering Bill Anderson. No, they don't.
That's it. Whispering Bill
Hey, you
Anderson.
That Papados has got the best crab cakes I ever ate. Their lump crab cakes are a meal in themselves. Them son of a bitches are good. Big chunks of crab meat in it.
Yeah, if it's the Po Folks I'm thinking of, it was a chain, and his name was behind that. Kind of like Minnie Pearl had a fried chicken franchise out one time many years ago.
Yeah.
Most of y'all probably don't know who Minnie Pearl is, other than me and Lance and maybe Boo. Quint might know.
I can't say I remember Minnie Pearl.
She wore an old straw hat with the prize sticker still dangling from it, and she wore these like an old country dress. And she goes, "Howdy! So glad to be here." She showed up on shows like Hee Haw and stuff like that back in the day, you know.
Yeah, I think I was too young to remember all that.
Yeah, many never took the tags off. Troy V remembers.
It might have been before my time. I'll be 37 in September.
They use these people's name to kind of help promote their food. It's kind of like Mr. Beast with the Mr. Beast burgers nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Lance, I ain't worried about it. I'm just gonna send it to you. I ain't paying for it. Tarina is. Don't worry about it. Oh shoot! Sorry I missed it, Russ. Fridays for the next couple months are going to be busy for me. That was Jeff Rice.
Jeff. Is he still putting videos out? I don't think I've seen that from him.
He's done a few of them, but they've been like review videos. You know, he hadn't done much. No, he hadn't done much at all, and that's what me and him has been talking about. He knows because he's watched his money. He was really heading in a positive direction, you know, with subs, and he's still getting subs. I think he's up to 60,000 now, and
yeah, that's a good deal.
And that's just organically just sitting there, just people finding him and subbing. But no, he hadn't done much content at all this year, and he's going through a burnout period, you know. So I said he's got all this money invested in this studio, put in air conditioning, put in a furnace, got all these high dollar cameras. I'm like, dude, get off your ass and shoot. You're great at it.
He's
You
fun
know?
to watch too. He's got that charisma and all that. He could do real good.
Yeah, he can, and he says he's going to, but I can't tell people what to do. And I told him, I said, finally got to the point. I said, dude, I don't care what you do. I said, it's all what you want. I'm not going to influence you one way or the other. If you're done with YouTube, you're done with it. No, I'm not done with it. I said, okay, well, you ain't gotta tell me that. Just do what you want to do. That's all
Hey
of us.
man,
You know.
I've had a short YouTube career, and hell, I got burned out on it this summer. I ain't gonna lie.
It's easy to do, man. I have no choice but to keep
What's up,
plugging away. But I did take this week off, but I did drop a video Monday, and I'll get another one out next week. So I'm really not missing a week. I just didn't shoot this week. I'll probably shoot
I'm probably
something
gonna.
start Monday. I'll wait till Monday and I'm going to buckle up. I'm going to get all these videos I want to do out of the way. All next week, I'll have 4 videos and I can decide how to drop them,
I'm probably gonna put out maybe 2 shorts next week, and then I probably won't. I might do a live again next Friday night. May not. I've got some smoking to do for some neighbors for a birthday party, some briskets.
I'll
But
be,
I'm not gonna do no filming. I'm not gonna
yeah.
film again. Probably not this weekend, but the weekend after next, I'll film some videos.
I'll be doing a live next Friday, but it's going to be for members only. I've got me 4 members now. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Troy V. Said Ohio State's gonna win it all. I'm drinking that Texas Longhorn Kool-Aid, but I know they're gonna let me down.
Texas Longhorn Kool-Aid.
Drink it every year. I think we're gonna go out there and be back to prominence, and we go out there and underachieve and get disappointed. When I first started watching Texas football was back in the Vince Young, Major Applewhite, Colt McCoy days, and they kicked the ass back then. And then after Colt McCoy left, it went downhill. We ain't been real good since.
Heck yeah. If by some chance, I just looked, she's at the little Walmart, the neighborhood Walmart. If by some chance they don't have that there, we'll go to Rouse's and I know Rouse's have it. They're out of Louisiana. It's a grocery store chain that's filtered over into our state, and it's straight out of Louisiana. Russ, I'm serious. I wonder if YouTube pushes your stuff more with that membership happening. I don't know. I kind of hope so. That had something to do with me doing that, because they are wanting you to make money any way you can, because they're in business to make money, not just be a platform for us to do this kind of stuff. It's all, the bottom end is money. So if they got channels that are participating in lives and memberships and everything they offer you that you can do, they might the algorithm like, okay, pump this guy up a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating. I have no idea. Might not do a darn thing. I have no idea.
No, Arch Manning's too young right now. He looked bad in that spring game. He needs a year to sit back and learn.
What did Quint say? Please have clothes on, Russ.
It's not only fans, it's members only.
It's not only fans, it's members only. Oh, goodness.
You're not wrong there, Troy. You're right. They get all that talent and they underachieve, but hopefully Sark can get them over the hump. But I'm not impressed with Sark as a head coach as of yet.
Yes, she was over there, Rick. Rick's barbecue.
I just subbed to his channel today. I seen he was subbed to me, so I subbed to him and watched a few of his videos. He's on the right track. He's on the right track.
Let me see if I can find him here.
Only thing I'll tell you, because I'm from Texas, don't take offense to it, man, but you cut your brisket wrong, bro. He separated the point from the flat. I never could bring myself to separate the point from the flat. I've tried. I said I was going to do it, and I've never done it in my life.
I don't see. I'm just typing in Rick's barbecue. All I see is Rick's, the other Rick, the Rick's barbecue and specialties.
Yeah. No, he's on there. I found him and subbed to him.
Huh. I typed in Rick's with apostrophe S barbecue. That's it, right?
Yeah, freaking yeah, Rick. That's all I do. I smoke everything in my backyard and on this 250.
If there is a moderator inside of this live, could y'all post a link to that?
I think
if you have
right
moderators.
here.
Okay. Is that it there?
Terry got him. I'll go give Rick a sub.
Is that it?
I think so.
All right, let me highlight that. I'm in StreamYard. I can't. God bless it. I can't.
So I've been wanting to cut a point completely off a brisket and just do like Kansas City style burn ends, but I can't bring myself to do it, man.
I've done it. Matter of fact, I had a question earlier.
It'd be good.
I had a question earlier on my live. If anybody knew in the chat how to separate a point from the flat. And I was like, yeah, when I did my pastrami video, I didn't want the point on there. So I showed separating that point. I did burn ends with that, and I used a flat to do pastrami with back when I did that video.
I can get behind that.
Oh, come on. It jumps every time I'm trying to highlight this. All right, here we go. Now I can hit copy. Control copy.
I don't know. What did Panchuco do?
Now let me go into.
I need to go make Panchuco a moderator right quick, and that'll probably fix that.
Paste. Enter. There it is. Rick's barbecue, 41 subs. I'm gonna hit sub, buddy. I'll have to check it out a little bit later, but you just gained a sub. No, it ain't the same guy. I don't think. I cooked the last one in 2 parts.
Shit.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. I've seen people separate the two plenty of times to where, because you know how they don't, it's a trick to get the point and the flat just right at the same time where they're connected, you know. So I've seen people do that. I've only done it once, and that's because I needed a flat. I said, well, hell, if I'm going to buy a brisket, I'm going to get 2 videos out of it. So I did burn ends. I did pastrami, 2 separate videos, 1 brisket, you know.
All right, Panchuco, I've made you a moderator so you can cap it out, man. The Nightbot won't get you. Yeah, I don't know. I let that Texas shit go to my head sometimes, and I just can't bring myself to slaughter a brisket like that.
I'm from Mississippi, so I ain't got no problem with it.
But I need to do it. I need to do it just to say I did it.
Mississippi is more about pork and barbecue anyway. We kind of lean more east than we do west when it comes to barbecue, you know. I mean, we do it all, obviously, but a lot of it's
Texas,
pork.
And beef's supposed to be king, but I like pork more than I like beef.
I hear you.
All day, every day. I'd rather eat fucking pork belly smoked like a brisket than brisket.
Yeah. Yeah.
All day long.
Oh, man, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. Like pork belly burn ends, man. Mm-hmm. It's like candy in your mouth, man. And that fat in there is not like getting a big old glob of fat from, let's say, a ribeye or something. It's like, it's good. It just goes right down, no problem.
Yep. I gotta fix my camera right quick, Russ. All right, there it is.
I wouldn't say that, Rick. You probably know a whole lot more than what you're giving yourself credit for. If you can make your own bacon and stuff like that, that means you know some things. So, heck yeah, share it out there.
All right, so the camera's running at regular temp. It's at 105. That's normal operating temp. So the temp's cooled off. It's doing its job now.
There you
So
go.
that means I can shoot in the fall when it ain't too hot.
I haven't made no homemade bacon in a while. I've got, I think, 3 separate
neither.
videos doing it, and they've all done well. But I just hadn't had the urge lately.
I'll put it to you like this, Rick. You probably know something that me and Russ may not know about, but you won't know until you throw a video out on it. We might be able to learn something from you. That's the beauty of barbecues. Everybody's got their own little thing they do different, and you can learn something from somebody at any given time.
Yeah. Man, Rick, put a silencer on that grinder. I'm laughing because every time I watch a Lance video, when that music starts off, I'm like, holy shit, I got to turn it down. And then when he goes to talk, I'm like, huh? I have to turn it back up. His music is way above his talking voice. I'm like, damn. Sorry, Lance.
Yeah, when I'm doing my grinding my sausage meat, I'll edit that down a little bit, that background noise where it's not as loud.
I don't know what y'all edit with, but like on Final Cut Pro, all you got to do is take your mouse and there's a line right there for the audio. You grab it and you just pull it down like on the music, and it'll lower the volume or raise the volume. And I'll listen. I try to get that music to where it's not abrupt when it goes into talking or talking into music. Sometimes I overshoot it, and it really depends on what you're listening to. Like I'm sitting there editing on this. Sometimes I have headphones, but I've got this Bose speaker, and when I'm watching on YouTube, I'm like, dang, I should have cut that audio on that music down a little bit right there. It made me want to jump out of my skin.
Yeah, so I use Power Director Pro 20, and that's what it's got. It's got a little line I can drag right there and bring the volume down on it.
Rick's Barbecue, you did laughing out loud. I see. I just got gigged for loud music.
Oh, cheers.
No problem,
I had
man.
something bitch in one of my videos about it being too loud before. Then I had somebody bitch about it not being loud enough. So I was like, fuck, what y'all want me to do?
Yeah, that's the way it's always going to be. You can't please everybody, man. Trust me, I've done tried.
What's up, Kevin?
I've actually been thinking about going back to my old ways where I don't run no music, maybe my actual theme song that I own, and run at the beginning and the end and nothing. I've done a few videos like that lately, just no music. One thing about it, you ain't gonna get dinged like that, you know.
I put background music in a few of my videos. I didn't like it, so I quit doing it.
Yeah. I kind of like the way it flows and everything, but man, there was a stretch there. I probably went 3 or 4 years without any music other than my theme song. It was just me. And if you think about it, there's a lot of creators don't use Chud's Barbecue. He don't use music. Greg Mervich, he uses very little. Mad
Scientists don't hardly use no music.
Yeah, a lot of creators don't.
The only reason I put music in some of my videos, when I was new to this, I was breathing into the mic real hardcore, and it is freaking a bitch to edit it out freaking breaths.
Yeah.
So I learned not to breathe into the freaking mic.
Yeah.
Some of my first videos, you could hear me breathing while I'm cutting meat, and I'm like, dead gummit.
I've had issues like that, but Final Cut Pro, they did an update about a year ago, and it's like background noise cancellation. And all you got to do is set it 50%. You click that little button, and man, it wipes out any, and it don't alter your voice at all. Everything they've had in the past, if you try to mess with that, all of a sudden it sounds robotic. But with this button, that's the best thing they ever did. It cancels out. Matter of fact, I had that mic on my collar right here when I did that V-Vor, and that V-Vor not super loud, but it's a little loud. And you couldn't hardly, I mean, you could hear it in the video, but it's like, oh, it's real low. And that's because that button I clicked, you know.
Power Director Pro had an update like that too, and you really got to be listening real hard. If you get selective hearing and you want to hear it, you'll be hearing it, but it really don't stick out as much as it did, but it's still faintly there.
Quint, no, Rich didn't make my music. Now he's made some for Jeff. That music I got, that dun 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 dun, smoky ribs. I used to have the vocals and all. I still got it. I just don't use it much. But no, a buddy that I knew from work, he was in NDT, and he made that song for me. He did it fast too. And what's cool about that song, all the instruments you hear, those are studio musicians out of Nashville. He's kind of hooked up with them guys up there, and they go in the studio, one will lay a track, the other one lay a track, the other one lay a track, and my buddy put his vocals on there. That's how that music came about. And hell, I've had it forever, it seems like, I finally quit using it. It got kind of old to me. And then every now and then, when you say guitar at the beginning of the video, that's the guy I'm talking about. His name is Chad Parker. He writes songs, and he's pretty good at it.
Yeah. S.J. Cooks is talking about right there. He embraced the sounds of his neighborhood. That's what I do out here in the country. I used to edit everything out, but now I go ahead and let the chickens crow, I let the crickets chirp, and I just let that be a part of my video now.
Some people like that. There are some videos ASMR that's all they do. They don't even talk in it. You hear all the sounds of the knife cutting in and or whatever. You hear everything, and yeah, it's supposed to be relaxing for some people to hear all that.
Yeah. So Panchuco had some pellets mold on him, is what that sounds like.
You hear that? You hear that?
Yeah. What is that?
That's my calico cat doing her holler. She does it every night. Stupid cat.
I ain't never had no pellets mold on me. They wouldn't mold unless they got moisture in them, though.
Exactly.
I wouldn't think.
Nope. They got too much moisture.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he bought them like that. Who'd you get the pellets from, Panchuco? Let me go up in the comments. Maybe I missed it. Bag of pecan pellets go bad. Who'd he get them from?
See where the old lady's at. Has she left Walmart yet? Hell no. Looks like she might be out in the parking lot.
Who'd you get them pecan pellets from like that, Chuco?
I was hearing somebody was that who was that talking about pecan pellets on a live the other day? I can't remember.
So on my live the other day, they were talking about pecan pellets made from pecan shells.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've never thought to throw pecan shells. I've thrown pecan shells on while I was grilling, and they really didn't produce much smoke flavor. But on a big stick burner like this, I don't think pecan shells would really make a damn difference. You got to put real wood on there, but maybe on a pellet smoker, if you burn nothing but pecan.
I used to take hickory nuts with the nut and everything still in it, and I'd throw them on charcoal and grill, just kind of perfume steaks or whatever with it. You could detect it in there. It's pretty good. Smoking Pecan, that's the company with the pecan shells and pecan shell pellets. Okay. Smoking Pecan.
Hey, Rick's Barbecue, I ain't gonna lie, it's been 104, 105 here on the weekends. I'll throw some chicken in that pellet smoker I built that burns sticks, and I'll go back inside, put a probe in it. When it gets up to temp, then I'll come back out here and take it off.
For the last 5 or 6 days, I have been brining my chickens in the house you talking about brining them for 5 to 6 days? I've got a recipe, and I'm sure y'all have heard it. It's an old recipe, but it's called Speedies, where you take chicken breast, and you make this marinade, and it actually sits in there for like 4 to 5 days inside that marinade before you ever cook it. It really gets all the way through that breast. It's good. You eat it on a sandwich with some Creole mustard. Good stuff.
So that's a place in Mississippi that's selling these pecan pellets for us.
Oh, is it? Pecan? Yep. Well, we have a lot of pecans in this state. That's for sure.
Making it out of pecan shells. That's pretty smart. If you sell pecans and then you could take your pecan shells and make a pellet out of them and turn some more profit, that's not a bad idea.
I wonder where at Mississippi. I might could get my hands on some.
They said they were talking about it in Smoking Joe's live.
Okay.
The other night.
Yeah, Alabama and Mississippi.
Yeah, I see here.
Alabama and Mississippi, man, we're loaded with pecans.
We got a lot of pecan here in Southeast Texas too. I've got a bunch in there I need to use. It's getting too dry, but I've got some pecan. I like cooking with pecan. But the only thing about pecan is you get so carried away with the smell of it, you can over smoke your meat with that shit easy. You gotta be careful with it.
Not browning, bringing. Now let me go back to the other comment. I'm kind of lost now. Oops, not browning. I meant bringing my live chicken. Oh, your live chickens in the house. Okay, my bad.
My chickens are climatizing. They all out here in the yard. And they gonna make it or they ain't gonna make it.
Yeah,
They've handled it good. I've got freaking 42 laying hens, and out of the 42 or 46 laying hens, out of the 46 laying hens I got, probably about 26 of them should be laying right now. But this heat's got them so jacked up. I'm
yeah.
picking anywhere from a dozen to 6 eggs up every day. Just depends on how hot it gets. On hot days, I don't get maybe back 4 or 6 eggs.
Wow.
And I've got neighbors texting me, and people text me all the time wanting to buy eggs, and I'm not getting much egg production because this heat's killing it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see where it would. It's got them all messed up. I had 2 almost die. One still doesn't look too good. I only have 11.
I got some I'll sell you if you want to come to Southeast Texas and pick them up. I got some black stars that I raised up myself. Hatched them out in my incubator.
I raised chickens, well, twice. When I was still living at home, we lived in Hurley, Mississippi, and we had a big chicken pen in the back with a chicken coop for them with a roost and all that. Had a top on it. Even this thing was about 7 foot tall with wire all the way across because varmints would get in there and kill them. But
Yeah.
and then once I was married and had kids, I was living in the city limits. I put a chicken coop in the backyard and raised some.
So I had all mine sleeping in coops right here, but I got tired of having to go out there and let them out every morning before work at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
I had some older hens here that were sleeping up in a tree. So I locked them out of the coops. Now all my hens, even my big hens, they all go up in the tree now. So I ain't got to worry about none of it.
Stay away from those varmints. We had possums or
The
something
thing that'll
getting
get
in
up in
there.
a tree every now and again is a raccoon, but my dogs do a pretty good job of keeping the varmints away, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had something. I'm not even sure what did it, but something did get a paw in there or something and grab one of them chickens. I remember that and killed it. And so I went and got an electric fence machine and run that single strand about 6 inches above the ground and ran that around that whole perimeter. And that stopped it right there. That stopped it dead in its
Pecan and
tracks.
Oklahoma pecan, I didn't taste no difference in them. I worked in Oklahoma for about 8 months. It all seemed the same to me.
Yeah, we get those pecans and walnuts and stuff in a bag like they sell at Christmas time, to make desserts and all with. And those pecans to me taste about like any other pecan. They don't look the same. We have kind of a stripe on our pecans here. These would
We
be
got a
solid.
stripe here.
Yeah, and these would be like solid brown or whatever, but the taste was the same. I can't tell the difference. They wouldn't as filled out as the pecans we have here, but they were still good.
Yeah, freaking I don't have to buy eggs, SJ. I got plenty of fucking eggs. I picked up a dozen eggs today, but yesterday I only picked up 4 eggs.
You sell
But then
them, or what do you do
I
with
got to
them?
beat the chicken snake to the eggs. I got a chicken snake in there, and if I don't get them eggs before he gets them,
Yeah.
he's a big sucker. He's about 6 foot long. I leave him alone because if I keep them eggs picked up, he'll take care of them rats.
What do you do with all them eggs?
Sell them.
Sell them? Okay.
Yeah, I sold 4 dozen today. I'm
Take it
not
easy,
selling them
Cajun.
for a whole lot right now because my hens have just started laying and the eggs are small. So I've been selling them for $2 a dozen. But once the eggs get big, I'll bump it up to $3 a dozen.
Yeah. Later, boo.
Troy.
I was kind of wanting her to hurry up so I could show Lance what I'm going to send him. I know he's already sent the bottle,
500
but
miles round trip. You'd be cheaper than just buying that online, Lance.
all right, where you at, woman? Oh, she's almost home. She's on Big Ridge. Getting ready to turn on Big Ridge right now.
See you later.
There she is.
Coin hunter. What's his real name, Russ? You know his real name?
Boudreaux.
Boudreaux.
Boudreaux. Crap. I can't remember his last name. But Boo for short, Boudreaux is, I guess, is his real name. I don't know. I think his brother named it Thibodeau, but I might be mistaken.
Boudreaux and Thibodeau. I've heard so many of them jokes in my lifetime. It's unreal.
Oh, me too, man. Those are my favorite jokes.
Been hearing them since long as I can remember, since I was a little bitty kid.
You ever heard that one where Boudreaux and Thibodeau went duck hunting one morning? And Thibodeau looks over at Boudreaux. He said, "Hey, man, what's that thing hanging off your belt right there?" He goes, "Man, that is my thermos bottle." He goes, "Thermos bottle? What the heck is a thermos bottle?" He goes, "Oh, man, you got to get yourself one of these, Thibodeau. This keeps things hot. It keeps things cold." He goes, "Really?" He goes, "What you got in there?" He goes, "I got some hot coffee. You want some?" He goes, "Yeah, man, give me some of that hot coffee." He said, "Man, I got to get myself one of these thermos bottles." So the next morning they went and duck hunting again, and Boudreaux said, "I'll be damned, Thibodeau, you got yourself one of them thermos bottles, didn't you?" He goes, "Yes, sir. Gotta have it. Keep things hot, keep things cold." He goes, "What you got in there?" He goes, "I got some hot soup and some popsicles."
That damn Boudreaux.
Oh, Lordy.
Damn, Quint, you'd be better off finding somebody local and buy some wood, buy you a cord of wood for what you're paying for that.
Boulaquette,
Or
that's it.
buy you a face cord for a little bit more than what you're paying for that shipping, and to buy that. I mean, I ain't gonna knock gourmet woods, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't like using kiln dried wood. To me, that shit sucks. I'd rather use natural dried air wood, get better flavor out of it.
Let me turn these cameras off. She just pulled up. Oh, wrong one, wrong camera. Switch to the front.
There's a big difference in fresh eggs when you get them. All my eggs got dark orange yolks, and they're good. But in this heat, you got to pick them up every day. If you leave them more than 2 days out here in this heat, they ain't no good no more.
I got one more quick Boudreaux joke. Boudreaux was down there at the New Orleans airport. He was getting ready to fly out to Texas. And anyway, he's up in there and he sees this Texan, or this guy that looks like a Texan, got this big tall hat and got on cowboy boots and a big buckle. And old Boudreaux walked up. He said, "Man, are you from Texas?" He goes, "Yes, sir, I'm from Texas. I'm heading back to Dallas." Boudreaux said, "That's where I'm heading." He said, "Well, what do you do, Mr. Texan?" He goes, "Well, I'm a rancher. I own a big ranch like that." He goes, "Okay." He goes, "Well, I'm a farmer down there here in Louisiana." And he goes, "Well, how much land do you got like that?" And the Texan says, "Well, Boudreaux, where I live, my property, it takes me all day to drive across my property." And Boudreaux says, "I'll be damned. I used to have a truck just like that."
That's funny.
Oh, Lordy. I know a bunch of them.
I need to start baking some cakes. My old lady makes some badass desserts and cakes with all them eggs. I don't have to do it. If I could ever talk her into going on YouTube, I'd like to do some of the stuff she does on a smoker, but she won't never get on camera. She not gonna do it.
Yeah. I think all the world's got beans and chili other than Texas.
No, we got beans and chili here too. Smoking Joe serves beans and his chili on his food truck.
I know y'all do, because I got tons of cousins that live there, but they come from Mississippi, or their parents did. And so beans in their chili all day long.
So beans and chili is comparable to fat cap up or fat cap down in Texas. They'll fist fight over that shit around here.
I know, man.
It don't matter to me, but
I learned that the hard way. The first chili video I ever did, I'm like, holy crap, where these people come from? Which I don't care, because that is when the video starts taking off. You start getting all these comments, man. It's just like, oh, hell yeah, y'all keep on with it. Y'all ain't bothering me.
Panchuco, I got a turkey breast video from last year that'll help you out. You can follow that one.
Let me go get this season and see if she was able to get it.
But yep, beans and chili in Texas. That's a hot debate right there. The people fist fight over that shit around here. It's like fat cap up or fat cap down brisket. But yeah, I got a turkey video that I probably filmed in June or July of last year. That'll help you out. I did a bone-in turkey breast and a boneless turkey breast. You can go back and check it out. It's Texas style, like Aaron Franklin and them do.
Well, bad news, Lance. This Walmart won't have it to the 17th, but I know who will have it, so we'll get it. We'll get it out to you. It should went to the big Walmart.
Off Amazon here in a little bit. Oh shit!
If she'd went to the big Walmart, she probably would have found it. This little one don't. Man, they ain't got much of nothing like the big one does.
So here lately, foil versus butcher paper has been a hot Texas topic here lately. Since Goldie started doing their rest in foil instead of butcher paper, people have been fighting like crazy over that shit here lately.
That's crazy, ain't it?
The way I actually like to rest my briskets is I'll go ahead and cook them in the butcher paper, and then I'll do what Truth Barbecue does and wrap them real tight in saran wrap, and then rest them in that saran wrap. To me, that puts out the best product. I've tried the full rest, and I like keeping them in that butcher paper and wrapping them with saran wrap the most.
Now, what I've done is I'll like finish them off in butcher paper, you know. And when I wrap them, I'll wrap them in butcher paper. Then when I'm just going to rest it, I'll leave them in the butcher paper, put them on foil, and I'll put a couple of wraps of foil over the top of that butcher paper. I've had good results doing that.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, and really, in all honesty, when it comes down to that, man, you're splitting hairs.
Yeah, I mean, you are, man. It's like...
It's just one barbecue restaurant wants to beat their chest and say that they're number one and this way is the best way. Then the other one, it's like 2 or 3 says, no, my way is the best way. But, man, you're splitting hairs at that point.
You really are. And the first video that comes to mind is one I did with Jax. I did exactly what I just said. It was in butcher paper, wrapped it in foil, let it rest. The last brisket I did on my channel wasn't all that long ago. I did it from start to finish unwrapped until I rested it, and I rested it in foil. But it went the whole time overnight on that old hickory. Didn't wrap it at all during the cook. And no worse, no better than the other one. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, splitting hairs.
Yeah, so, it's splitting hairs.
Anybody that ate it would like it.
I like wrapping them up in that saran wrap in the butcher paper. That's my preference on them.
Mm-hmm. I've got to hit the toilet, man. I'll be right back.
All right. Damn, you're not too far away from me, Rick. I live right here in Kirbyville, Texas. You're an hour away from me, man. Yeah. Sometimes these big barbecue restaurants will try to influence you too much when you can actually make fucking just as good barbecue, if not better barbecue in your backyard. Just my opinion. Well, I kind of figured that Rick was from Texas somewhere when he's talking about 104, 105 degrees. You getting that same crap we get over here, getting cooked. We falling off the bone in East Texas, man. We need some rain. Man, upstairs needs to turn it down, man. It's too hot.
I'm on it. It's not mine. Mine's over.
Okay.
You 30 minutes north or 30 miles north or 30 miles south of Lufkin? Rick?
Down there, I see it on top of the jars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when Cosmos did that. He didn't rest his overnight, but he rested his like a couple hours in that. Truth Barbecue, they rest theirs overnight in that plastic wrap. When you see them cut a brisket, it's get out.
They did have the pistachios. Thank you, Lance. That's the last thing I need is these, but I sure do like them.
Did you ever do a video on your brisket, Chuco?
Video.
107 degrees in Oklahoma. Holy shit.
I think the whole country is under heat right now, man. Hey, Lance,
So
what's the
when I
temperature
got
there in
home,
Maryland?
it was 104 degrees. The heat index is 115 degrees here today. I was like, fuck.
That's crazy. All right, it's after 10 o'clock. I'm going to look and see what the heat index is looking like this late.
I'm going to pull it up on mine. I'll go check it out here for a while.
Holy crap. It's 88 degrees and feels like a 107.
It's 86
crazy.
degrees here. It feels like 99.
Look at that. 88 degrees, clear, feels like 107 degrees. Humidity, 81%. Good Lord.
So tomorrow, it's projected to be 104 degrees here tomorrow.
I went out earlier to meet the guy that brought me this stuff, and I'm like, holy crap, it's hot out here. I'm glad I got a newer air conditioner, knock on wood.
It's going to be 104 degrees for 4 days in a row, and then it drops down to 102 for 2 days in a row, then drops back up to 104 for 4 days in a row with no rain.
I looked yesterday at the 10-day forecast, and we're not expecting any kind of mention of rain until like a week from now, next Friday. I'm like, man, we need some rain.
It's ridiculous. I need it. But all my grass is. I'm walking on crunchy grass, man. It's all freaking dead. And really, that kind of screws up because there ain't no crickets or nothing, no grasshoppers and stuff in this dead grass. And now the chickens are running out of crap to eat too, eating more chicken feed. It affects all kind of stuff. And then the horses ain't got much green grass left to eat. I got 10 acres here too, and just about all the grass is dead.
75 with 93% humidity. It's almost raining there, man. Hit 100,
Yeah.
It's gonna be raining.
We've had that high pressure parked on us since freaking mid-June, and it ain't let up.
See, last summer it rained all summer long. I don't know if y'all remember that, but here it rained in June, July, and August. And I wasn't complaining because it keeps the house cool. The roof is wet and AC ain't working overtime, you know. This year, I hate to see my next electric bill.
Hey, mine wasn't cheap. I paid $350 last month, and I expect it to be probably higher this coming up month too.
Yeah, mine ain't quite that high, but it might be on this next one. We haven't got it in yet, so I don't know.
Well, Jasper Newton Co-op put some $50 fee on there for some bullshit, so that's why it was so freaking high.
Yeah. Crunchy grass. Randy must have been there.
I need to go make my way over there and go hang out with Randy. He'd be fun to hang out with.
Oh, yeah. Be a blast.
He ain't that far away. He's just about 2.5 hours away.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
Every now and again, I venture on down there to Houston, but not very often. I don't like all that traffic.
Yeah. I haven't been to Houston since 2009. Went out there to visit my kinfolks.
Last time I went to Houston was about a month ago or 2 months ago. My daughter slipped and was rollerblading out there on the road and slipped and fell and broke her arm. We had to go to a bone specialist over there and get her fixed. That's the last time I went to Houston.
Dang.
And it sucked. Traffic was freaking outrageous.
Yeah, they got them big freeways, 6 and 7 lanes of traffic. I hate that.
I paid about $20 in HOV fines because I got in them HOV lanes and I didn't give a crap. And I drove all the way there and got back out and violated all those HOV lanes. I had to pay a fine, but I didn't care. Yep. They got all those paid freeways over there that you got to do easy tag on and all that stuff. And they cut your time down by a third. Take them.
Yeah, how far?
So I just paid the fines.
How far are you from Austin? It's probably closer than Houston, huh?
Oh no, Austin's further from me.
Oh, is
Austin's
it?
about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive for me.
Okay.
Austin from here, Austin and Dallas are about the. Austin's probably a little bit. Let me look right quick. I think Austin's 5 hours from me. I've been to Austin. Last time I went to Austin was 2014. Me and a friend went.
What's up, Zach?
Austin's 4.5 hours away from me.
Okay.
And Dallas is about 4 hours away. Oh,
That's a
Brisket
big
Maddox
state.
on. What's up, Zach?
That is one big state right there, man. Good Lord.
Do what?
Texas, it's a huge state.
Oh, it is. Deadgum, so I go mess in Louisiana a lot. And when you get on I-10, there's a sign that says Beaumont, 20 miles, El Paso, 858 miles. That's how big Texas is.
I mean, Mississippi isn't that wide. I can be on Louisiana line and travel to the Alabama state line in probably hour and a half, maybe
The last
2
time
hours.
I was in Mississippi was 2011, and I had to go work in a DuPont plant in Diamond Head, Mississippi. We did a little boiler retube.
That ain't
boiler
too far
retube
from here.
over there in the DuPont plant. It was an old charcoal boiler, and that was the last time I worked in Mississippi.
Yeah, Diamond Head is not too far from me. I mean, you know, maybe
We stayed at that
35,
Diamond
40
Wood
minutes.
Motel, and freaking they had a lingerie night over there, and some coworkers went in there one night, and they slipped up, told their old ladies where they was going, and their old ladies went online and seen it, and their old ladies met them in the parking lot, and it made for very good entertainment. I'll put it that way.
Dang.
And a lot of coworkers stayed in trouble over there, man. They got in fights in that bar, in that motel, Diamond Head Motel, and it was wild.
Now, our state is long. It takes about 7-8 hours to go from the coast to Memphis, you know, about 8 hours going up. It's kind of long that way, but it ain't very wide. Alabama, the same way.
I think it's from Brownsville to the very north town of Texas. I looked it up a long time ago. I think from Brownsville to the border at the Panhandle before you get into Oklahoma is like 936 miles.
Damn.
You go from Brownsville to the border.
That's crazy.
They say you could take Texas if you fold it in over in. If you fold it to the east, the tip will touch the Atlantic Ocean. If you fold Texas back over to the west, the tip will touch the Pacific Ocean.
Really?
I don't know if that's true or not, but it may be.
Damn.
If it's a big state. The only state bigger than ours is Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I know what some of them words mean.
I don't know what in them mean other than Q.
Pinche. I hear pinche all the time. Working with scaffold builders. Americone. Way. Hey, way.
Zach, when is your rotisserie brisket on a...
Damn, Zach did a rotisserie brisket on a gas grill?
No, Quint's messing with him because he said the food scientist, barbecue, whatever his name is, did it.
Scientist did. I
Mad
remember that.
Scientist.
I didn't watch it, but I remember seeing the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I don't have no interest in watching that.
I don't think I'm that hard up for content to do something that lame, to be honest with you.
Well, Mad Scientist, he's kind of like a hot creator right now. He gets a lot. He can put out a video about putting a piece of crap on a sandwich and get 100,000 views.
Crazy, isn't it?
Kind of like Meat Church and Chud. All those guys right now are getting it.
Yep. That's the latest and greatest.
Meat Church can do a chicken sandwich, and I can do that same chicken sandwich the same day and put our videos out, and I'll have like 200 views, and Meat Church will have like 200,000 views.
And what kills me about not just him, but other people that have their own products, used to be on YouTube. If you sold products, kind of like S&S Girls, your channel never gets very big because they know you're just trying to push your products. You know, they don't take you sincere enough. But Meat Church, it's crazy how much, you know, how many views he gets. I'm like, God.
Yeah, he gets a lot of.
Yeah, he does.
All Things Barbecue. That's another one that does a lot of content. They get tons of views.
I've only used Meat Church rub. I can't remember which one, but it's when Jeff Rice is down here, and we were doing fire management on that offset of mine, and we did 4 racks of ribs. Yeah, 4 racks, and Derek seasoned them up with some of that meathead. Not meathead, but Meat Church rubs. I can't remember which one, but man, that stuff was so freaking salty.
Yeah, it's salty. I don't buy the Meat Church rubs. I really don't care for none of them.
Jeff even said it like, I said, man, that's too salty. He goes, yeah, it is a little salty in it. And he didn't overseason them, you know, just do them like we normally do.
So the Meat Church, the Cosmos, all those commercial rubs are all right there in the vicinity. Some of them are just a little different from the other ones. That's why I don't buy them.
Rubs are such a racket. There's so many people doing that. It's like, yeah, sometimes I just want to make my own all the time and just stay away from brands, you know.
But I can say that shit that Al Lunacy sent me, that was legit. I don't know if you ever tried Chupacabra Brisket Magic, which is pretty good in my opinion. But that was like Copper Brisket Magic on steroids. It was pop. And the thing about it is Al don't put no salt in that, so you can go as heavy as you want with it, and it's popping with flavor. It was good.
Yeah. Simon's got a question. He goes, hey, Russ and Mike, I have a YouTube upload question. Lay it on us, man. You still got the link up to where he could join in if you wanted to, or?
I'm about to put it up right now. I'm still catching up on the chat.
Hop in here, Simon.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Mad Scientist when he wasn't a real big channel, but then he got big and just started putting out a bunch of, I guess, content that would help beginners out. But a lot of stuff I don't watch. Every now and again, I like watching the Mad Scientist videos when he goes out to like Windy City Smokeout and goes to these festivals or these barbecue restaurants and is doing reviews. I like watching his stuff when he does that. But if it's just basic cooks,
I've tried to watch him a time or two, but I haven't never really followed him, so I can't say much one way or the other.
Who is Chubbs? Chubbs and Chuds. Is Chubbs a new channel, or are we just making fun of somebody here?
Ask Zach.
Yeah, Zach said that. Yeah.
No, I know.
Hey, a lot of people don't know about TextJoy, but TextJoy is legit seasoning.
That might be in 4K, and it says processing down there in 4K is uploaded to YouTube. Wait a minute. I'm uploading a video in 4K, and it says processing up to 4K. Is it uploaded to YouTube, or it's processing?
No, it's processing your 4K.
It's processing your 4K. It says SD, HD, then 4K in your studio. When it hits 4K and it's not sitting there doing this anymore, you're fully processed. It takes a while sometimes, you know.
So people can still go watch your video if it's uploading public right now, but they only be able to watch it in HD. They won't be able to watch it 4K until it finishes 4K.
Right. Yep.
Oh, hold on. There you go. Hit the wrong button.
So, I've yet to try Uncle Steve's. I need to try him. Everybody says he's good. I need to try some of his rubs.
Let me see. It is currently. Well, this is processing, so I don't think it's uploading anymore.
Yeah, it's fully uploaded. It's just processing, and you'll see that 4K kind of come in and out if you're in your studio watching, or if you're on your page where it says content, it'll sit there and do that. It's like pulsing. And once it's finally finished, it'll just stop pulsing, and it'll say on your studio part of it where it is pulsing, it'll say SD, that's solid blue, HD, like 1080 is fully blue, and then 4K, once it's fully blue and not pulsing, you're fully processed at that point. Yeah.
I'm trying to get my mouse back, so it's like I have to use both of my hands to maneuver the computer around.
And like he said, you can go ahead and release it, but it's only going to show it in probably 1080p.
Yeah.
Yep.
I already hit it to upload on 4K. In fact, it's scheduled for tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. You'll be
So-
good.
So it'll be 10 a.m. tomorrow morning when it releases.
Yeah, you'll be way finished by then.
Just to be clear with Zach, I didn't call you Chubbs. I asked who Chubbs was.
But he is Chubbs.
I didn't say it.
I said it. Settings, virtual background, turn that off and go there. There we go.
Yeah, YouTube, man. Sometimes I'll upload a video and it'll upload fast because of on my end, but sometimes the processing is quick. And other times it takes 2 to 3 hours. And it's not much difference in the length from another video. It's just sometimes it takes that long. I don't know why. It's on their end.
Hands on the internet.
Yep, it says it's got 60 minutes left of processing.
Yeah, it'll tell you what's estimated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scheduled to release tomorrow morning.
Okay, cool.
So by the time you get to tomorrow morning, it's dropping 4K.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll pop up. This is taking longer than expected, but it don't usually take much longer.
Sometimes I've done it. Well, I guess it's probably the link to the video. Sometimes it does it like real quick and it's done and it's ready to go.
Yeah, the length does play into that. You know, how big the file is.
Yeah, this one's like 8 minutes long though, so it shouldn't be that long.
Mm-mm.
But it is in 4K. I did shoot in 4K as well.
Yeah, 8 minutes. Yeah, it'll be done here shortly, probably.
Oh, what happened to my chat? There we go.
Man, I cannot stay out of these pistachios. They are my weakness.
You're making me want to go in the house and grab my pistachios.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I have that song in my head, in my mind, better than that second on down until done.
I'm glad I ain't heard that song yet. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, sure. I have it right here, ready to go.
Sicking on a chili dog.
Actually, Randy
My
got
kid's keeping that stupid shit
Randy got
stuck in
dinged
my head.
from YouTube for a copyright strike or whatever it was.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I wonder if Randy got any kind of feedback on that yet.
Yeah, they denied his claim, so
Oh, really?
they gave him the strike.
Wow.
Not a strike, but you know, it's a copyright.
It's a claim,
with,
copyright claim. Yeah.
Yeah, with Sony, I think it is.
Okay.
Whoever owns that actual music.
So Cornell chicken, there's two versions of Cornell chicken. There's a Yankee version of Cornell chicken, and there's a Southern version of Cornell
Yep.
chicken.
Yep.
I've never heard of
I
that.
think Russ has done the Southern version, and
I
Chubbs
have.
did the Yankee version.
It's called the one I did is called Southern Church Chicken. Same thing, really. You know, that's good stuff.
I had to go and watch that video, see how what Cornell actually is.
Yeah. Cornell, they use eggs, and I didn't use eggs. I didn't want to use raw egg on something I'm having a base, which it probably cooked out, no problem. But I use xanthan gum to get that viscosity I was looking for.
I remember watching that video and you talking about that. Now that you say that,
Yeah. Yeah, I was the first cook on that Pits and Spits when I got it about a year ago.
the one thing I can say about a Kamado grill is I used my buddy's Kamado grill the other day at his house, and I put too much charcoal and wood in that sucker. And once you get that thing up to temp, you ain't bringing that son of a gun down. It is hot as shit.
Since you ate on my fucking eggs.
I'd just do straight
I
up
didn't
grilled
know you
steaks
ate.
instead of
You
reverse
left
seared steaks.
one,
Oh,
motherfucker.
my bad.
My bad, Maya.
Mike, your video is frozen. We're hearing you talk, but you're frozen as far as your video goes.
You're rubbing your eye.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah. I see that I'm frozen. Let me see what I can do. It's not my camera.
Your Wi-Fi?
All right. Let me take it down.
What'd you do, Russ?
she did call me a MRFer.
What'd you do?
I ate all her eggs. She goes, I said, I didn't eat all your eggs. She goes, there's only one left. I'm like, oh, my
All
bad.
right, I'm back, guys.
Well,
You're
you ate them
you're
all.
back.
It's my Wi-Fi. If this is say I am froze up. I ain't moving.
You're like,
Yeah, that Komodo, man. It's hot and fast. Everything about it's hot and fast. Or I just put too much charcoal in it.
Was it the big one, like the big Papa one, or?
Yeah, it was a big one. I used it at my friend's house. I was going to do some reverse seared steaks for him, but once it got too hot, it was too hot.
yeah,
So
hang around, Zach.
Just do a regular sear.
Hang around, Zach. You might catch her clobbing me in the back of the head with a cast iron skillet here momentarily.
Troy. I never wanted to pay the price for a Komodo because they're not a real big grill and they're freaking expensive, man. So I never bought one.
Yeah, they're way out there, man.
I got 6 dozen eggs over here freeze dried, and she's bitching about me using all her eggs.
Man, how dare she do that, man? You lie her out.
She grabbed a couple of the bags and just hand them over to her.
Hey, here's a pack of eggs. Have fun.
I'll ship you some eggs, man. I don't know if they'll be good by the time they get there, but maybe she might be happy.
I always hear that eggs, like fresh laid eggs, people put them on the counter and they say don't wash the chicken shit off of it until you're ready to use it. I hear they can last months like that.
Right.
So in this heat, you got to pick them up every day. But if you bring them inside, let them come down to room temperature. That's a protective coating on the outside. It's called the bloom.
Yeah.
If you don't wash that bloom off, then you can leave them in there for about 2 weeks and they're all right. After that, you need to wash them and refrigerate them.
Okay.
But I go ahead and wash and refrigerate mine right off Jump Street because I sell them pretty quick.
Yeah, me personally, of course, we get ours at the store, but they're bought.
But when you go to incubate eggs, what I do with my incubated eggs is I freaking wipe them down with water and then clean them with hydrogen peroxide, then put them in my incubator. Some people don't do it at all, but I do it because it keeps your chickens from getting sick and catching bacteria when they hatch.
Huh.
I didn't know they. I didn't know they made a ceramic acorn. I thought they were all metal. Huh.
No, the acorns are ceramic. I've seen them at Walmart.
It's the knockoff of the models, right?
The ones they used to have was steel with like insulation in between the walls, but that was many years ago. I guess they probably do have ceramic now. I learned something every day, man.
Rick's BBQ, thank you for subscribing, sir.
Yeah, that was my experience with this deadgum Kamado I use. I had it dialed in at 250, and I put them steaks on, or 225, and I put the steaks on and let them catch some smoke. Ooh. And then that wood caught on that charcoal, and I come back, and it was 600 degrees. I said, well, them some bitches are done now.
Well, you have a pizza oven now.
Yeah.
I pulled them off just in time. They were still perfect medium, but they didn't have the smoke flavor in them that I wanted. Which, I don't know. I don't get satisfied with anything that I cook on because I'm used to eating off that 250 gallon, and it puts the smoke on shit. If I cook on anything else, I don't taste it.
Yeah, Troy's got the metal acorn. I had a buddy of mine bought one years ago. That's how I knew they were metal back then.
You can't.
I don't even own a Kamado anymore, man. I've already owned 4 of them. Derek's owned 1, and no Kamados to be found around here. We sold every last one of them.
I'm not a fan of them. Maybe I can take time to really learn them, but
I got a ton of videos using them. I don't know. I got the offset and the old hickory, and like, man, I'm over them Kamados.
There's not a lot of cooking space on the Kamados, man, for what you got to pay for.
It's not.
It ain't worth it, dude.
They do good. They do great, actually, but I don't know. I just I ran my course with it, and I was beyond that. Rob, homeowner, has a few metal ones. Okay.
Yeah, homeowner has. Is that the guy that has like 4 or 5 of them in the backyard?
Said Keith Riles has got a cast iron.
There's a guy.
That's another YouTuber that's not getting a ton of views no more. Some of his videos hadn't been getting like 6,000 to 8,000 views. I noticed that the other day when I was looking on his page. He used to get a ton of views. Now he ain't getting nowhere what he used to get.
Happens to everybody eventually, man. But Greg Mervich has a cast iron Kamado also, probably the same company.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend money on a Kamado. To me, it ain't worth it. But yeah, View to a Grill, he's got videos on that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Rouse. He used to be up there getting hundreds of thousands of views, and he don't get nothing no more. And
They are good in cold weather.
His stake to claim was doing that competition barbecue, that Memphis May and all that stuff.
Now, I had the LSG cabinet smoker. That would work real well up north, too. It's got over 2 inches of military-grade insulation between the walls.
Well, Brisket Medic, Zach, I think it's coming. Just give it time. When that thing shoots up in temp, it shoots up in freaking temp, and there ain't no way to bring it back down unless you choke it completely off.
All right, I got to get out of these things. I'll sit here and eat the whole darn bag.
The pistachios?
Yeah, pistachios.
Yeah.
I've been trying to stay out of that pecan brittle, but I can't. Now I need something sweet.
That one I was using, I shut it all the way off, and it was still at 300 degrees. But like I said, man, I knew I made the mistake, so I put some charcoal in it, and then I took an oak log and cut it up in about 4-inch chunks, and put 2 or 3 of them pieces on there to get some smoke flavor.
I can only eat one little piece out of this because I'm wanting to test it in the freeze dryer, see what happens.
Oh, you gonna freeze dry some pecan brittle?
I am, and turn them into pecan brittle puffs is what they'll be.
I bet that'd be dynamite in the freeze
I
dryer.
bet it will be too.
I saw
All the other candy I've tried at freeze dryer is freaking awesome.
I saw somebody do Jolly Ranchers because they're selling them by the pound.
Yeah.
They took the puff and just crushed it in the hand into nothing. It was just powder.
Yeah. I did a video not long ago showing the Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, I saw that video.
It's a ball like that, and just it's like biting in the air, man. That flavor just hits you.
The lady went like this with her fingers and just pressed into powder.
Yeah.
My favorite freeze dried candy is a tie between Starburst and Skittles. That's my 2 favorite ones.
Yeah. I did Starburst. They didn't expand much, but they changed from what a regular Starburst would be. And Skittles, man, they're so easy. Golly, they puff pretty quick once you put them in there. I let them go 3 hours, and they're perfect, you know.
Yeah, Zach, I like our little crowd. For the most part, everybody we deal with is pretty real.
Can you make puffy tacos in the freeze dryer? I can if I want to.
Freeze-dried Barrera tacos.
Quint, I told Tarina last night, I said, I'm getting ready to fire it. She bought all kind of candy today. Talking about Skittles, 2 bags of Skittles, got a bunch of those fruit rings over here. Got this. And I got her all pumped up. I said, go to Amazon. You can buy those Mylar bags with a window in it that has a little nice, pretty decorative scroll work on it. We'll get like 1,000 of them, and we'll freeze dry this stuff. And you start. She goes, well, I don't want to start an Etsy store until we actually make it. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead and make it. I said, it ain't gonna take but a day to do the products, you know, and start selling it. That stuff, it's pretty good money in it because by the time it freeze dries, it don't weigh nothing. You could do 4 ounces and have a bag of puffs, and you could sell it for $14.99 is what I've seen some of them going for. I said, do you realize the markup in that?
The lady was selling it by the pound, and it was a nice big bag, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just there. A lot of it there.
But it's going to be her thing. I'm not going to get involved. I'll do the freeze drying for her. But she can handle all of it.
Make sure you share that link so we can buy some stuff.
I'll mention it in a live or something.
So Rick's Barbecue, there's 3 ways I know to do it. Run your smoker at about 350, that crispy chicken skin, or do a dry brine in the fridge with salt, or do a wet brine. Those 3 ways right there can make you have bite through chicken skin, in my opinion.
Y'all might remember me talking about that peanut brittle way back. We were just going to sell it the way she made it, the pecan brittle. but I was wanting one of them sealers that pushes CO2 into it and pushes all the air out of it when it seals it. Those things are super expensive. So now that I've gotten this freeze dryer, all I got to do, I realized, just drop one of them oxygen absorbers in there, then seal it, and that removes all the oxygen out of there that could create it or make it not last as long, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're covered, man. We're ready. I don't know if it's legal, you know, the way we're doing it, but I don't care.
Yeah, high heat spray butter will work for crisp chicken skin too. Duck fat spray will work.
No, I'll still do occasional lives on my public deal, Lance. Or I could do like Chud. If you're not a Patreon member, you don't get first dibs at this candy. You ever notice that on his lives?
Yeah.
I haven't watched no Chud content probably about 6 months. So I don't know what he's got going on.
Yeah, I hadn't either much. I check in on his lives every now and then.
But yeah, he'll offer all his merch to his Patreons first,
Yeah, I get that.
and then puts it on the website for everybody else.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Butter spray. Don't want to admit that, but I was cheating. Nah, it's all right. It's not cheating.
Now the butter spray ain't cheating. I use butter spray on all my chickens.
But yeah,
I've used it in my videos too.
if you smoke your chicken at 250, 275 until it's done, and then at the end, just pump up the temperature like 325, 300,
So
350.
chicken naturally soaks up smoke flavor, so I don't see the need to run it that low. I always start my chicken off at 300 and finish out at 350.
Okay.
And that gives me crisp skin, and I get plenty of smoke flavor.
I hate
If you go any lower
chicken.
than that, drag it out, that chicken will soak that smoke up, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I still struggle with chicken. It's either overdone or underdone, you know.
I tell you how I do chicken wings, and I've done this on a couple of videos. I'll run that pit at 225 from start to finish, and you don't get a crispy skin because more than likely I'm gonna sauce it because I'm making wings, you know. But what you do get is a super thin skin that it's not rubber at all, and you don't even know it's there. It just, the bite through is amazing on it, and it's still super juicy, pulls right off the bone. You know, I've done that a couple times on video. That works good on wings, but it takes 3 hours, you know, instead of an hour and a half. It takes twice as long, but it's good results.
I do quick smokes on my chicken.
Hey, Quint, he never wears it though, man. So that's telling you something.
Yeah, I fucked some chicken up before, man. There ain't no doubt about it. You can oversmoke chicken easy if you're not paying attention to what the hell you're doing. Because it's that chicken skin will soak up smoke big time.
Yep. Chicken and fish, man. Fish smoke really easily. It absorbs it very easy. Hot and fast chicken, I'll never go low and slow again. If I'm doing a whole chicken, yeah, I'm gonna be up around 300 and finish it off around 350. But if I'm doing chicken wings, that low and slow method, man. And the reason I say that, you ever cooked a chicken wing for like an hour and a half, and it's good, but the meat don't come completely off the bone. It's kind of like stuck to the bone, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty good, man. And that's why I slow it, because it just completely separates from that bone, but it retains all of this juice, and it's good that way, you know.
Yeah, but I like to rip that tip off of that chicken wing and then pull the whole thing off.
It all comes off in one piece.
Chicken wings.
Yep.
Trumpet Master, what's up, Louie?
Well, a lot of competition guys, they'll take them thighs and remove the skin. They scrape all that fat off to where when they put it back on, it gets real thin and good bite through. But it'll do it on its own. If you could take a jacquard, like do chicken thighs like that, and give a place for that fat to render out and do it low like I'm talking about, you're gonna have good results on it. It might not be crispy, but it's gonna be good. I promise you. You ain't chewing on skin. Pardon me.
Yeah, I cook my wings hot and fast, and I make sure they're pretty much overdone when they come off bone.
Oh yeah, I'll bring mine up. Man, I ain't got no problem bringing them up to 190, 195 all day long. No problem.
My chicken thighs, I typically like my chicken thighs and legs around 180, 185, where I like those at.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's more than one way to, I was going to say skin a cat, but there's more than one way to cook chicken.
There's lots of ways.
Yeah, there sure is.
That's the beauty about barbecue. There's 100 ways to do all of it. And
Yep.
everybody, a lot of people, a lot of states, I put it to you this way, a lot of states think they do something better than the other one does, and they may, but you know what? End of the day, you just do what works best for you.
Yeah, it's probably all good. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, 200.
Us Texans, we beat our chest and claim we got the best barbecue in the United States. And that might be somewhat of a true statement, but there's other states that do barbecue pretty good too.
It's different kinds of barbecue. Texas barbecue is nothing like Carolina barbecue. It's totally different things, you know.
Yep. Carolina barbecues, pork barbecue is freaking good. I like that.
I love it. To me,
good.
that's, and I guess it's because I'm from Mississippi. To me, that just screams barbecue, you know. And if you talk to somebody from the Carolinas, they say anything other than pork ain't barbecue. That's what they'll tell you. I'm not going to tell you that because it's not true. Anything can be barbecue if it's meat, you know. But Yep.
Speaking the gospel. Now, Texas barbecue has come a long way in doing pork here lately, and they're getting damn good at doing it. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Texas, I don't know, probably in the last 10, 15 years has really become popular, especially on YouTube, you know, as far as that's all you hear is Texas barbecue, you know.
Yep.
But there's so much more out there than just that. You got other states, you know, Kansas, Carolinas, Georgia. Mississippi is not really known for barbecue. We're kind of a mixture of like Memphis style and Carolina style. It's somewhere caught right in the middle as far as the kind of seasonings we like and the sauces and all that. If you like sauces, I'm not a big sauce lover, no way. But
me neither. About the only time I like sauce is on my ribs and sometimes on my chicken. That's about it.
I see George in the house, 805.
George is in here, yep. Hell, Mad Scientist, Chuds, and a few other YouTubers went to Kansas City, and they did a deadgum, I guess, like a barbecue showdown. And people from Texas tried Kansas City barbecue. People from Kansas City tried Texas barbecue. And they had a unanimous vote on it. And the Texas barbecue won out by I think I had like 30 people or something like that. I think they won by 6 or 7 votes or something.
Huh.
Because 6 or 7 people from Kansas City, that area right there, said they like the Texas barbecue better.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things. It's kind of, the first thing that hits my mind is blue crabs. Maryland is known for their blue crabs, and they steam them. We boil them down here. 2 different ways of cooking, and I've done them both. I like them both, but in all honesty, steaming is faster, less expensive, and just as good in my opinion. You know, but I'll do
brings
either.
The natural flavor of the crab out, in my opinion.
It does. And I've never had steamed crabs until I did that video. And now I haven't boiled a crab since that video because everybody really liked them. You know, it's like, damn, I'm just going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yep. Different strokes for different
That
folks.
tofu out in California is good or what?
Tofu wings, man.
Look, the only thing California's got is tri-tip, man. I don't want to hear no more shit, George.
One of my ex-wives used to eat tofu, and she'd buy it and stuff. I'm like, I don't want none of that shit. And she goes, tofu takes on the flavor of whatever you're cooking it with. I'm like, Well, I'll just eat the stuff that tastes good and leave that shit out of mine, if you don't mind, you know. All that soybean shit.
I'm not eating tofu. I don't give a fuck. I'm out on that. I ain't eating no damn tofu.
She never
give a
did
shit
convince
after
me
that.
to try tofu. I was out in Virginia, and there was a Chinese place there that would deliver to your front door, and I'd order Chinese sometime, you know. And every time they had all this tofu laying on top of it, that's the first thing I got rid of. Then I'd dive into whatever the food was, you know, like lo mein or whatever. I like that stuff.
I like
But
lo mein.
yeah, I'm not doing no tofu.
I'm not doing it either. The hell with tofu.
I'm trying to remember if I
That
had
before
it.
you know it, we'll be eating lab-grown meat. That's fixing to be
Yeah.
a thing.
Who said that? Was it you or was it Randy? You're talking about lab made meat in a lab, like a 3D printer.
That might have been maybe we were talking about it not long ago. That they actually got approval through the Food Drug Administration to do it, and so it's going to show up on these supermarket shelves, and undoubtedly they're going to make them put a label on this is genetically engineered, raised in a test tube type food you're consuming. Oh hell no, I'm not.
Hey, I ain't eating that shit.
I'm making my own chicken.
Lord, hell no.
There ain't no way I'm gonna eat that.
I have to buy me a cow and a pig every year.
Yeah. But tofu, I think that's
the old-fashioned way.
That's an Asian thing anyway, I think, you know, more than anything. I don't know. I just don't care for it. I have tried it, but
it's probably where the next pandemic will come from.
Yeah, no doubt.
Have y'all tried those veggie burgers, the Impossible Burgers?
I bought one at Burger King one day going into work back when I worked. It's probably been about 2-3 years ago. And that sucker was twice as expensive as a regular burger.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna try it anyway. I think I paid $8 for that stupid burger. And I got to work and it was all right, you know, but I'm like, okay, it's no better than the burger I could have got for half the price. I know it's not real meat, it's some sort of veggie burger. It didn't taste bad. It's just like I'm not spending that much for this.
Yeah, I see them like at Walmart. I don't see them at HEB, but I see it at Walmart. The Impossible Burger. It's in the food and it's in the vegetable and fruit section.
That company, Impossible Burger, reached out to me probably 5-6 years ago, and Greg Mervich did a video on it because he does a lot of burgers, you know, ballistic burgers, ballistic barbecue, and I wouldn't do it. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna pass. I said, people would laugh me off of YouTube, man. I ain't doing that, you know. I said, and they reached out twice. I'm like, I'm not interested, and they would have paid me, but I don't care. I'm like, keep your money. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I was working day shift. My rollover was working night shift here a few years ago when Burger King came out with that Impossible Whopper.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey man, you want a Whopper?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I eat a Whopper." And I went to chowing down on it, and it tasted just like a Whopper to me. He said, "That's an Impossible Whopper." I said, "What the hell is an Impossible Whopper?" "That's a vegetable burger."
Look at
I couldn't tell the damn difference, man.
I couldn't either. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It just cost too darn much.
The next one over.
I didn't buy it. That's the only time I ever ate it.
Beyond Burger, I ate one not knowing it wasn't real. I was really drunk, didn't even know the difference.
You know, we ate them in school. I ate them in school. They were soybean burgers back then.
Yep, sure enough.
Yep, we ate beef and pork.
Yep. We used to buy these burgers in a box, and that's before I learned to look for 100% beef. And a lot of that was soybean products in there. I'm like, oh, these are nasty, you know? Then as I got older, I'm like, okay, let's see. Bubba Burgers, 100% real beef. Okay, let's grab that.
Oh, Chris.
Bars,
The trainers try to trick people like that too. They wait till you're drunk.
Or they give you also Bud Light, so that's a red flag right there.
That's Bud
Later,
Light,
George.
Yep. Later, George. And Louis left too. Later, Louis.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get off here soon. I'm gonna watch a little Netflix or Hulu or something before I go to bed.
I gotta defrost that little pork loin I have.
I've got 40 minutes left for my laptop dies.
You gotta wait till it dies.
I got mine. I'm on my MacBook, but it's plugged up to the charger. It's at 100%.
Yeah,
my charger
mine's
never
about to
has.
die. I've been editing for like 2 hours,
Yeah.
and my laptop's about to die. My mouse died halfway through it, so I took longer editing than I normally do.
You know, I bought a mouse for this computer when I bought this computer back in the spring, and it's rechargeable, but I've yet to have to recharge it.
Right.
Which I don't use this for much other than lives and editing. You know.
Right.
I got a regular freaking wired in mouse. I ain't got to worry about charging it.
Yeah, there you go.
I bought the mouse when I got this laptop in January.
Yeah.
And I only charged it twice.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this one is for my big computer. It'll work on this computer,
Right.
but I bought a different type of mouse just for this one.
Yeah, I have the
And
same.
I wish I'd have bought another one of these. I really do. But then I'd probably have to write on there which one it's for because they'd look identical, you know. I've actually hooked this one up to this computer when I first got it. Then I had to sync it back up with this computer. I said I just need two different mice. Would that be mice for plural?
Be rats.
Rat, yeah. Ron, we cooking and barbecue and did a vid on those burgers. I didn't even like the way it looked raw. Yeah, I can imagine.
It wasn't raw, it was vegetables, man.
Watch Night Crawlers on Hulu. It's crazy. Okay. Sure will.
I need to get me a Hulu account. So I redid my Verizon plan and I got that Disney bundle with it. And freaking I got Hulu now. I need to go make an account and check it out.
Yeah, my wife's paying for Hulu. She told me about a month or two ago. She goes, I got Hulu now. If you want to log in, she gave me the login. I said, okay, cool.
I've got Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus when I redid my phone plan because I was paying too much money and I redid everything. Now I'm paying $190 a month for 4 lines.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, all we got to watch, she's got direct TV in there with a satellite. I don't ever go in there to watch TV. So I've got Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and that's it. And
I've got Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and I got Dish, but I don't ever watch Dish.
My typical day is coming in here, drinking coffee, and seeing what's on YouTube. First thing I do, and I'll probably stay on YouTube to probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then finally, I'll go back here and I'll put something on this bigger screen behind me, and I'll watch something, you know. And I'll sit there and watch it till late that night. That's a typical day for me if I'm not shooting or anything. Yeah, but Bubba burgers are pretty good. I like them.
I've never tried a Bubba burger.
They come in a box pre-formed, and they're not bad. It's not going to beat like grinding it yourself and making your own patty. It ain't that good, but it's good enough. You know, just if you had people over and want to grill some hot dogs and hamburgers, it's good for that sort of thing, you know.
I went to my local Brookshire Brothers last weekend and found some deadgum burgers that they put some high temp cheddar in and chopped jalapenos. And I freaking did them on an open charcoal fire. And that was pretty good.
Sounds good. I love that combination, cheddar and pepper jack. I like it in sausage or anything.
Fried some bacon on my grill too, and had bacon jalapeno cheddar burgers. They was good.
I can scramble eggs and put cheese in there with jalapenos. You know, season it up a little bit. I'm good.
I might make me a damn omelet in the morning with some cheese, jalapenos, and bacon.
I woke up. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I was dreaming, but I woke up the other night and I was sitting there talking in my sleep, and I was dreaming about cheesy grits and eggs and bacon and toast. And man, I was craving this big, huge breakfast. That's like one of my favorite meals. And I got up in the morning. I'm like, damn, I ought to go in there and make that. You know, I didn't. I finally got over it, but they just good cheesy grits with some over easy eggs and bacon and toast.
We got a restaurant over here called Tia Juanita's, and I went there the other day and got bacon wrapped jalapeno cheese shrimp with some cheesy grits. Them cheesy grits were pretty freaking good.
Oh yeah, man. I like that. And sometimes I put a lot of butter and garlic in my grits, just like a garlic infused grits. Those are good. I just like butter and grits sometimes. Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to eat buttered grits with toast and put my eggs in them and smash my yolk up in the grits and eat it with toast. Good Southern style breakfast.
Yeah, I agree. And Amazon Prime, you pay once a year and you're good for the whole year. Netflix don't cost much. It comes out automatically out of my account. I think it's like $12 a month. Maybe they went up a little bit. I don't know. But one thing I did get rid of, I got rid of YouTube TV. That got too expensive for my blood. I'm like, I ain't paying for that. You
I'm
know.
about to subscribe to it because I want to get the NFL network that's part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell, before I
I'm
hopped
gonna
on
have
my
it during
laptop, I was watching the preseason game.
I'm just gonna have it during the NFL season, then I'm gonna get rid of it. So.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've turned that YouTube TV off twice. I turned it off like when I left Ingles. I'm like, I need to get rid of things I really absolutely don't. So I turned it off, and then probably a year later I turned it back on, but not for very long. You know, then I said, that's it, I'm done. If I want to watch regular local TV, I'll go into the next room. We got it in there, you know.
Yeah, I finally got an antenna for my local channels for my TV. I have a big TV in my room, and really I only use it for like Netflix and YouTube, you know. So
yeah,
but I figured since I don't have cable anymore, I'm gonna get the antenna and I'll catch the local games on the local channels like our Fox channel and our CBS, NBC. We'll have games on there on Sundays.
yeah.
If it's if it's out of network, then I have to find it online through like NFL Network or whatever
Right.
software that would have
Yeah.
it.
Gotcha. I'll be honest with you, man. I used to be so into football, it wasn't even funny. But over the last few years, I didn't watch one football game last year, not one, you know. And I've
I
just
don't
kind of
know.
drifted away from it.
I was the same way
I
with
don't watch it.
baseball. I used to watch it all the time, and then I lost interest in it when my dad passed away like 24 years ago,
Yeah.
and I haven't really watched it since.
I guess when they started taking the knee and doing all that stupid crap, like in the
Yep.
NFL, I just got a bad taste in my mouth for all of it. You know, big business is like, screw you, I'm done.
Yeah, I got fed up with the NFL. I don't watch nothing but college football now, and that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. It's almost 11,
Yep.
and y'all have a good weekend. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the hangout. Later, everybody.
Later, Russ.
Later. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. If y'all got any last questions y'all want to ask, I'll give y'all a few minutes to ask anything before we hop off of here. I've got 25 minutes left for this thing dies.
I have Amazon Prime, rarely watch ESPN Plus. I only watch UFC, then I watch free apps. Tubi.
Yeah, when I redid my Verizon plan, it came with ESPN Plus, Hulu, Disney Plus, and then I've got Amazon Prime because I pay for Amazon Prime already. So I've got them 4 plus Dish Network. And there ain't never hardly crap on Dish. I don't hardly watch it except for when it's college football season.
Yeah, I got rid of DirecTV this year, in January this year.
I got rid of DirecTV last year. They blacked out all my college football stations and said that they weren't paying ESPN more money and all that. I was like, well, I ain't paying y'all. Later, bitches.
My internet and DirecTV for the month started to be like $250 a month.
Gosh.
Yeah, like heck yeah, nah, screw y'all. I got rid of it. I kept the internet.
I pay $110 a month for my internet. It's a Verizon Wi-Fi jetpack.
Yeah, I pay like 85, and it's AT&T fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, I can't get that here. I tried a few things. There's another one that's I can get in this area, T-Mobile Tower that's wireless.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be $50 a month. I might try it out, see how it does. But
yeah, but this is like the fastest one they have. It's like 1,000 megabytes.
Y'all probably got fiber optic cables and stuff
Yeah.
over there where you
Yeah,
live, huh?
that's the fiber. Yeah, we finally got it here, man. After like 20 years,
They're
they built
supposed to
all
be
the way
putting
around
it in
us.
over here within the next 3 years, but it'd be a
Yeah, they
minute.
built all around San Antonio first, and then us finally.
Mm-hmm.
I do pay for Hulu TV instead of
Metacam?
yeah,
Huh, Metacom.
MediaCom. Yep.
They used to have a jailbroke Fire Stick. That was badass for a while.
Yeah, me too. But I couldn't keep up with all the different channels that because they would go away, and then you try to go find another one.
Yep.
And so
Yeah,
I pulled it from my last TV that I have, and I never put it in this one, and now I can't find the stick.
yeah, that was a real hot commodity here about 3 years ago. Everybody had those Fire Sticks jailbroke.
Yeah.
I had one, but like you said, they pull stuff on it, put stuff on it, take stuff off, and it just got where it wasn't worth messing with no more.
Yeah, it was annoying because once you got it set up, it was nice, but once the links were dead, you couldn't really find anything else to watch unless you had to like really look for it, you know.
Really, the main reason I got it was to watch the movies that were still in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Go through that Cody TV, and you can watch all the movies that were in theaters and stuff. That's why I got
remember doing that. Yeah. One of my friends got busted doing that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, cable company kind of cut him off and sent him a letter about registered trademark and copyright infringement on those movies and stuff like that. That they just cut him off and handy. And so we was without internet for a while.
Yeah, see, I was about to get T-Mobile, but they weren't going to be as cheap as Verizon was when I redid my plan.
Yeah,
they're going to be about the same price.
Yeah, T-Mobile's a little pricey. That's what I have right now.
Well, they wanted one. Well, when I did everything, and it was going to be $175 a month for 4 lines. But then when I got to check out the cart, it went to $190. So I was like, man, what the hell is going on here? And freaking so I called them, the nearest T-Mobile place, and they were like, yeah, that's a glitch and blah blah blah. It's $190 a month. Well, if I had to pay $190 a month, I'm just going to stay with Verizon and have good cell phone service.
Yep. I have T-Mobile. I'm just gonna wait till my contract's over, and then I'm probably gonna switch over to another company.
I didn't sign no contract. This is just a freaking monthly bill. I can cut it off whenever I want because I own all my phones.
Yeah.
If you don't own your phones, that's where you get screwed up.
Yeah, I'm paying them monthly on this one, so it's like I'm with them for like another year or so.
They couldn't save me nothing. So for a long time, I had a grandfathered unlimited plan with Verizon and thought I was saving money. But I went online and went to playing with it. I wasn't saving money. I was spending more money. So I went to a Verizon place and we sat down. I got a new phone. And by the time it was all said and done with auto pay, now I pay $190 a month. That's about $50 cheaper a month than what I was paying. And I got more streaming platforms and stuff too. And I got 100 gigabytes of hotspot. That's what I'm actually running this laptop because it's too far away from my Wi-Fi in the house. I turn my hotspot on my cell phone and it runs this live. I've got 100 gigabytes to burn every month.
Cool.
Yeah, I got rid of Netflix a long time ago when they started jacking up prices.
Yeah, I had it because my niece and my sister and somebody else could share it, but they got rid of all that. So it's like,
yeah, you can't do that no more. We used to do it on turnarounds. Everybody would get a Netflix account. We'd all watch it and stuff.
Yeah, so now we can't do that. So it's not really worth it for me to keep paying for it because somebody's going to watch it. I hardly ever watch it.
Yeah.
So I'll probably get rid of that next.
That sucks. All right. Well, I'm down to 5%, so I'm fixing to die any minute. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on off. I appreciate y'all all stopping by. Thanks for hopping on, Simon. And y'all have a great weekend, man. God bless.
You too.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
See you
Later.
later. Bye.